Well, we are back, huh? We're back at the 9 Club, everybody. Today, we have a very special guest, Mr. Shani Shingwen.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. I
Listen.
couldn't wait for that one.
No, let's end. I got to tell you, Shani, Mike Vallely has been on the show. It's not Valley. It's not Vallely. It's Vallely.
What?
Jeff Rowley. Geoff Rowley. It's Rowley. It's not Rowley.
Okay.
Never knew.
It's not Jijum.
Yes, it is.
We gotta know.
Yes, it is.
We gotta start the show off and tell the people how exactly you pronounce the last name.
It doesn't matter how I pronounce it, but the way you say it last is the one I want to go
That's the
with.
one. Jijum.
Yeah,
Well, it
you
just
got it.
trails off. You start off hard. I don't know. How do you say? How's the actual pronunciation?
So the French version is Jean Guenin.
Jean
Jean Guenin.
Jean Guenin.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So-
the French version.
Achilles
There-
amazed.
Jean Guenin. Is there another version that we should know about?
So I don't even know how I pronounce in English. Because it's been different. So
Okay.
I had to make an English version, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I say it's Jean Guenin. I think
Yeah,
most of
that's
the
what I
time
remember.
Jean
Yeah.
Guenin is okay. Jean Guenin,
Jean-
Jean Guenin,
Yeah.
Okay.
Jean Guenin. Because if you read it as in English, how would you read it in English? Jean.
Gene
Jean.
Gwenin.
Jean Gwenin. That's like, to me, that's the American
Jean
version.
Gwenin.
Jean
Jean
Gwenin.
Guenin is the most common one, but Jean Guenin could
Jean
totally
Gwenin.
work.
Jean or John?
Wally,
Yeah. I mean, these are solid efforts.
Yeah, it's all the effort.
Jean
But now I'm
Gwenin.
back in my country, so I don't have that problem.
So,
So I'm trying to remember, like, wait, how do you say this?
so when you're walking around, you're in Switzerland right now, right?
Yeah,
When you're walking around Switzerland, somebody says, hey, what's your name? You say, I'm
Jean Guenin.
Jean
And they're
Gwenin.
like, oh yeah, that's easy.
Oh, okay. You got the most basic last name ever.
It's become basic over there.
Yeah.
It's been a freaking-
It's another
my
Jean
life's
Gwenin.
nightmare.
It's another Jean Gwenin over here. Joe Schmo.
normal.
Joe
Yeah.
Schmo over here. You
Normal
know,
shit.
John Doe. Shani Jean Gwenin.
There it
Oh,
is.
that worked.
Okay.
Oh, Jean Guenin.
Yeah.
Jean Gwenin.
The funny, dude, I remember when I first met you, like when I was 18, I think for like 10 years, I called you Channy. And then one
Yes,
day,
you did.
one day he's like, hey, Kelly, by the way, my name's Shani, not Channy.
Oh.
And I was like, why didn't you ever tell me that?
I'll tell you what, though, that first name is easily mixed up. Channy, Shani.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
especially in the States, I think people see it Chany and Channy. The A is hard A.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's the same situation when I first moved here. The way my mom pronounced it, Shani. in
Shani.
French.
Oh.
So when I came here, people had a hard time. So I'm like, there was few variation to it.
Mm.
And they're like, Channy. Eventually it became Shani, and I like that version.
Okay.
So I got used to it. And then all of a sudden, people said Channy, which it could be like it could also be like the English pronunciation with CH. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's not like that bad, but I'd rather
Yeah.
the other one. Shani.
You like
I got
Shani,
used
yeah.
to that one, but now I'm Shani at home.
Shani.
You have no problems at home.
Yeah, they don't know the English version of it.
Yeah.
But it's like Chris, Chris. There's no, it's not Tris,
Right.
Shani.
Well, it has to do with the letter
Shris.
after the H.
Yes.
I before E.
I don't know what it is.
Except after C.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Dude, Shani, Shani.
I'm not offended.
Okay.
The worst part is the contest. Every time
Oh.
you freaking announce the
yeah.
name and you're like,
What are they going to call me this time?
No, but you forget. You're like, fuck, you're thinking like, oh, you're stressing out and you run. You're like, oh, fuck, and 2 people I have to go, gotta hit the run. So you're like, you're just so nervous about the thing. You're like, oh, I gotta hit these tricks. And you're like, okay, it's my turn. And
You know?
Duncan comes up. Duncan was actually good. I forgot. And they're like, it's the biggest struggle.
all
And you're
over.
like, oh my God, like you're dropping in. I mean, you hit, you run, like this is
This is a start to
starting
this
good.
is the start to my
Just
run.
like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
start laughing. It's like, fuck, I should have told these guys how to pronounce it.
Wait, when you first moved here, you didn't know any English though, right?
No.
Like I always heard funny stories about people fucking with you, like at like fast food restaurants or something like that.
As you say that, see the Kelly Bird board in the back?
Is that who was?
Is
It was
that
the
dude?
first one that taught me some
What-
word.
Some bad
This
words?
is really bad one.
Okay. And what, you're going up to McDonald's ordering with those words?
All kinds of things. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Tell me to scream stuff out of the van. And I'm like, oh, it's amusing.
It's amusing.
And I'm just at 17, so
Right.
I'm like, yeah, it's cool. I'm in America. Yeah.
I'm just shouting profanities out at people that I have no idea.
UFC.
What did they tell you? What did he tell you to say?
Probably stuff that you can't say in
Yeah,
2022.
it's censored.
Yeah, we're censored now. You gotta be watching it.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Ask him. I'm like, oh, that was not good.
Times were good back then, though, huh?
Dave Meddy also told me some stuff. Like,
Dave Med-
Dave Meddy.
Oh, he
yeah.
would say stuff like, oh, I never seen a homeless people before, so we'd go on the street, and he's like, those are shit pants, because they would shit himself or something, and I'm like shit pants. So I would learn, I learned the sound
Damn.
of it. So I'm like shit pants, and I didn't even know till later that it was shit pants is
Bad.
It's not a
It's
homeless
not-
person,
right,
but
right,
it's
right.
like, oh shit pants. So I repeat it.
Wow.
You're like, here's $1, shit pants. Like, thank you.
It's like, fuck.
Just fully
Calling
just
people
setting him
shit
up. for
pants. Yeah, I know,
disaster.
right?
That's
Let me get a double quarter pounder with cheese, shit pants.
holy shit.
There was another one, son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
I was like Savannah Beach, like I just pronounced the Savannah Beach, and
Savannah
it took
Beach.
me years. Like, but why is that a bad word? Like Savannah Beach, like Savannah Slama, the contest. Like I don't know.
Savannah Slamma.
Amazing.
Savannah the beach.
So then I was like, oh, you break it down like son of a bitch. Like I was like, oh, because I just learned phonetic of it.
Yeah.
I used to
It's
speak
funny.
English. I used to watch all the skate videos, so we repeat what people were saying. Like,
In the videos.
but we didn't pronounce the right thing. Like
Right.
the Mark Wyndham thing, like, you may not know that, man. They went Sunday. You know?
Roger would know that one. I don't know that
You may
one.
not know him now, but you will someday.
Yes. So I was like, oh, that's what they were saying. Like,
What video was that from?
H Street.
That was-
H Street video.
Yes.
So
okay.
we had all the lines memorized, like in our own way, but it didn't mean anything. And then I was like, start breaking down as I was learning English. I'm like, oh, you may not know his name, but you will someday. Mark
Wow.
Wyndham.
It's like Justin trying to do the sing the song, the Portuguese song,
Oh, yeah.
but he ain't getting that right.
No.
Yeah, I guess
It's
we
not
do the
tough.
same thing in different language. You
Yeah.
know, we listen to Chinese songs. He just sings it perfect.
Well, I think that's one of the things though is like going to those countries, and trying to learn another language. That's the most embarrassing part is
Yeah.
getting stuff wrong and saying shit wrong.
Right.
And like when I went to Spain, it's like trying to learn Spanish, and you're timid at first. You don't want to say
Right.
something stupid,
Yeah.
But
It's a trial and error. You have to, get in the immerse of it and basically see how it works. And basically, that's what you did at 17 years old.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Yeah. I
shit
was-
pants.
I was fighting to speak English, and especially for us, I didn't want to speak English around anyone that spoke English.
Right.
The friend I came with, I was like, I didn't even speak till he was gone. I was like, oh, I'm trying that. He's gone. Just like,
And did you come
and
from
like-
Switzerland originally, or where were you from originally?
Yeah,
Switzerland.
Switzerland, yeah,
And so you spoke the French.
French.
Ça va?
Ça va bien, toi?
Ah,
Ouais, tranquille.
fucking fabulous, bro. Hell yeah.
Le Neuf Club.
Oh, my God, dude. You're so funny.
Oh man, but this is great, man. Thank you so much for coming, dude.
Yeah, dude.
No problem.
We were sitting around before the show, and we were trying to. I couldn't. I went on one tour with you to Nice. It was like Mackenzie, Paul Shire, Danny Brady, Mike York. Super fun.
Good times.
Good times, good times. But since that tour, and that was before the Transworld video came out or something. Oliver Barton was on that trip. But when I don't remember the last time I seen you, because you've been gone for 4 years, right? You've been
Yeah.
living back in Switzerland.
Yeah.
It's been
I don't
4
think-
years?
4 years. It's gonna be 4 years on April 5th.
Okay.
In like 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anniversary. I'm
Damn.
almost did my 4 years anniversary.
Right after 4th of July, you were like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here, man. This shit's too loud."
No, but I must have not seen you in like these 2 years before.
At least.
probably skate premiere or something. We ran into
Yeah.
each other, but
Right.
it's been a long time.
It's like
and I told
nothing-
you, it's funny because I see you every day, but you don't see me.
I don't see you. I don't
You
see
see
you.
everyone.
But now when a show comes out, I'm like, you know what, man? That Shanny Jingwin's gonna be. He's watching this show right now. My goodness. But it's good to see you.
It's good
Yeah,
to see you guys.
definitely.
Man.
Oh.
Amazing.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
like so
I-
funny, dude.
I've
To a
done.
sushi place and I see you coming. Like I'm like Kelly's gonna walk in here. I haven't seen him in years.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like,
Walk
there
in.
he is.
But it's amazing. He's staying right across the street from my place, like at the
Sick.
hotel right here. So
Okay.
it's like
Awesome.
small world, but yeah, it's cool that you're out here, dude.
Yeah, dude.
You never,
Yeah.
you lived in San Diego the whole time you were out here, though, right?
yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah.
the first month I was here, I landed in San Francisco.
Oh, you did.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Your first time ever here, you went to San Francisco.
How old were you?
I just turned 17, so my birthday was September. It was November 15, 1992.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And did you come out to San Francisco just to skate like EMB and like all the spots or something, or what was your?
No, I didn't even know EMB was here.
You didn't even know.
Well, I mean, in SF.
You didn't even know it was there.
No,
What did you fly into SF for?
it was pretty wild.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
No, but
Let me take a sip of tea.
yeah, you ready for this?
Yeah,
one?
I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm
we
ready.
sit back.
I'm ready.
No, it's I don't know, but well, I was a vert skater.
yeah, yeah.
I was a
yeah.
skateboarder. I don't like to say vert skater, but I was
Mhm.
more based on vert.
Got you.
Because, that's what I mean. I grew up in the '80s. Street skating wasn't even really around. You know, you were skating. We did boneless. I did slalom. Like we're like slalom, cool.
Yeah.
Like freestyle. So I had the slalom board, the freestyle board, the street board, whatever, you know, small nose, big tail,
Yep.
big it's late tail saver and all this
Yeah.
stuff.
You did it all, dude.
I did it all, but then at one point, you know, like there wasn't ollies. Yeah, like ollie came after, and we're like, oh, how do you get off the ground? We never see anybody that did that. It was I always tell my kids that I teach, I'm like, you don't ollie's not the first trick on the skateboard. You have so many things to learn.
That's
you know?
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
People skated in ollie, right? So you learn all this stuff, board control, all this.
Mhm.
But we knew there was like that you could get off the ground, and we didn't know where to put your feet. You know, you like it took us a year to learn how to do ollie or something.
Right.
But anyways, when I saw the first pictures of vert skating, like you know, you're like, well, this way, like
Yeah.
this guy's in the air, you know, soy, like and it was like a black. I remember this black and white magazine with Christian Story, like in the air. We're like, whoa, like this is it, like. So we're on a mission to. I mean, we're on a mission to find spot because there's no spot. But where do you skate? And then to find this big U ramp that you can do air on.
Like, how do you find this?
So
Yeah.
yeah, it
Wow.
was. It took a while to
Was that
maybe-
accessible when were you in Switzerland at all?
No,
Okay.
but yeah, we're jumping off. We jump boneless off things with my brother, and my brother's pretty creative. Like it was like early days of hip hop too, when break dancing and Smurf dancing was around. So we kind of had that gear, and then we kind of we're doing handplants on the board, and he was like inventing all these. We were inventing skateboarding because we were based off anyone.
Oh yeah.
There's no one in Switzerland that skated, and we were the first one. Or, yeah, the slalom was around,
Yeah.
right? But there's this street that was happening.
No,
You're not-
no videos or nothing.
Not first.
Yeah.
And so
Well, the
he-
videos probably would take time to get over to you
For sure.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took like
Yeah.
2 years to get the video anyway.
Right.
No doubt.
So you guys are
Ow.
inventing tricks,
Yeah.
but meanwhile in the States, everybody's doing. You
Yeah,
think
but
you're
it was,
inventing
It was
them.
pre Wheels of Fire.
Right.
So think about that. Like what was skating then?
Right.
Just bunch of people try to make tricks up.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and,
No doubt.
and my brother was doing these. We were all doing fancy tricks. I mean, I wrote on my hands. You know, we doing
Okay.
the things and that was it. We had a freestyle board. I think up a freestyle clip. We've seen this somewhere, like Primos.
Okay.
We came the thing.
Listen, you're trying to do your thing.
We
over
tried to
there.
do a thing.
Yeah.
But one day I was playing soccer at the time, so I was in my soccer team, and there was like a surf shop, skate shop, and I went in there to check out the boards and stuff, and I remember I was soccer practice or something, and I saw the first video. Wheels of Fire came on, and the guy had it, and I was like, "Oh my god, dude!" it was insane.
Just
So
blew
it was
your
the first
mind.
time I've seen the video, and I had to skate to soccer practice and tell my brother I saw this, and I would skate through town because that's what we did. We were like skating, it was riding,
Yeah.
and I was like, I saw the ollies and stuff, and we were practicing because we knew it would come off the ground, and we had the truck, the lifesaver, no, the truck saver,
Yeah.
the flapper.
It gets you right.
Oh,
up
Hits
the-
you on
the
red. Yeah, so
lapper?
we were trying to jam and stuff, but then I'm like skating all the way back, and I'm like, every one of that small curve, I'm like, bam, 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 and I'm just hitting all these. I'm like, I'm going up that thing, like, boom. I was super hype, and that was the first day I really started to get the ollies like right, and I felt like, so much motivation in that video. Like, whoa, we
Amazing.
have, there it is. This is what skating, like, we didn't have to make stuff up anymore. It was
Right.
like the visual, and it was hard to see skating.
Where did you find the vert ramps?
There's few ones. I mean, they were always away from my house, so we
Right.
take the train. We took the train. We were on missions, and once we found one, we were just on it, like waiting for the weekend. But then again, I had school, so I would never be able to skate really during the weekdays.
Sure.
So I would skate to school, and or hit a couple. I have my way. Like in Switzerland, you would come home at 12 to eat with your parents. Like we don't have school buses, or everything is really close, so you always eat. My dad would come home, and they're like, "Oh, it's 12:30." So I'd skate to school, and I have my own little thing, like hit this
Little
and
path.
jump off
Little,
that.
yeah, little
So
route.
like, bum, bum, and then at 2:00 you go back to school, and I'm hitting this thing.
I love that you would just go home mid school for
Yeah.
lunch.
I get lunch.
And we're locked into
Yeah.
the
There's no
the
cafeteria or
schoolyard.
anything.
No?
I mean, we always did that.
Huh.
And most likely, I rode my bike, but sometimes I would
Right.
skate, and people would make fun. They're like, "What is he doing? Skating in a vac?"
Yeah.
Like,
No one does that.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Who's doing?
my teacher, like, when I was 15 or 16, 15, you finish school. We finished like at least 2 years. I didn't know what I was gonna do, and everybody's like, "Well, what's your apprentice? Where's school?" I'm like, I don't know, and he'd make fun of me. Like, he's like, "Hey, what are you gonna do? Like, you're gonna skate all your life? You got to figure it out." And I'm
Right.
Oh
like-
man.
You're-
I'm like, shit, still here, and
Yeah,
I can't
right?
get away from it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
no, I mean,
But it's
it
like
happens. Yeah.
that stuck to my head. I'm like, yeah, it looks like I will be skating all my life because I don't know what else to do.
Right, right. It seems like after, like, at a certain point, skating picked up, like the vert ramps were popping up. You'd go there every weekend or whatever. What's so fascinating to me back then, it was like, it's all word of mouth.
Yeah.
It's not like
Yeah.
social media, you see this or this magazine, or it's nothing. It's all word of mouth. Or you take this train to go here. It's at this
Yeah,
guy,
So,
There was a big vert ramp showed up like 20 minutes, 30 minutes train ride from my house, and then it was on. Like, I mean, we'll
Nice.
just like every weekend we'll show up 9 in the morning and finish at 11.
Jeez,
Or
dude.
whenever it's dark,
day.
like Saturday morning, which like my whole week was like visualizing tricks and being like doing the Powell, what video was Bendis? No, the first Powell videos when they do that
when
was
they do their
old.
when they
That
do the
was-
stretching with the boards.
yeah, Animal Chin, like they
Oh.
were. I think people weren't really doing that. Because when I talked to these guys, they're like, "No, we weren't. This is just for the movie." But
Yeah,
I
it
was
was-
training like
you were
this.
trying to.
I was like,
Yeah.
that's really how you train. Like,
Yeah.
so I was on my back the whole time, grabbing all kinds of ways.
so
You know,
tight.
I'm like, oh, I gotta learn this, gotta learn that. And then we show up to the ramp, and we were just like, it was crazy. I would learn like at least, I don't remember, like 5, 6. Like we were just learning. We were all day trying to learn stuff.
Wow. And so you're getting good.
I'm getting good.
Yeah. I like it.
Were you
Super
just
Well, it was
skating
a-
vert, or were you skating street at that point too?
Well, when that ramp happened to be there, I was all about. I was just like, whoa, I was.
That's it.
vert.
Yeah.
Mhm,
I'm
mhm.
intrigued by it.
But we'd skate again. I'd like to skate rolling around, and there was like these little banks there, and then I kept up a little bit with the flat bottom and learned a few tricks.
Mm.
But then most of the time it was all vert.
It was all
But we had to battle the weather. It was hard.
Oh wow.
Sure.
Yeah.
It rained. We were there, freaking rain all day. We had ice skating ring, and we had this huge toilet paper roll, and we were just like, my friend would just grab this to clean, wipe the ramp down.
Oh,
We'd do it for hours and hours, and we're like, it's almost ready to go, and then
Starts
it just
rolling.
ran again. We're like,
Damn.
no.
Oh,
Sometimes it was ice.
brutal.
With ice, we
Yeah.
put burning alcohol in and try to flame it up. Like,
That's
Oh,
the way to
wow.
do
so
it too.
it was hard to skate. When you had the chance to skate that ramp, and we were just putting in, like, I mean, it was so fun, but
Right.
we were just there all day, like, on it.
Yeah, I mean, you'll do whatever you could do, right?
Yeah.
Toilet paper and
Toilet
all.
paper rolls, alcohol. Where are we getting the alcohol now?
So angry. Well, you can get anywhere there. Don't drink that.
I know.
My mom used to tell me to go. I was 13, or I don't know. She's like, "Oh, go get wine for cooking wine," and I would just get them. Like, yeah, backpack.
Backpack, just go up to the store,
Yeah.
get a bottle of
Bring
wine,
it-
13 years
13-year-old.
old. Yeah.
It's for mom. She's cooking some shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
old Shaney's getting the wine again.
Yeah.
So now you're going you're skating the vert, getting good. What brought you to San Francisco?
So yeah, I was getting. I mean, obviously, I got in the contest scene.
Oh,
doing the whole Swiss Cups, but I was already skating. My first contest was street. So yeah, I skated street. I mean, one of my tricks were ho-ho planting. You know what that is?
Amazing.
I don't know.
You know how ho is?
Kelly knows ho-hos, but he doesn't know ho-ho plants.
Oh,
Let's
The
hear it.
ho-ho plan is when you get on your hands with the board and your feet.
yeah.
Again, it wasn't modern skateboarding, but like that's the street contest, right? So
Daniel
part
Castillo
of it.
does them all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
those. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never done one, but I've
Castillo
seen.
got
They're not
the
they're
ho-
not the easiest thing. to
Wait, so
do.
your hands are on the ground, your
Around-
boards.
yeah, you do.
You gotta set yourself up.
Do a
for the
head
hand.
plant and you just let it go, and you go on both hands. Then you can spin around, grab it, and come back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel could like walk the whole. He could walk around with
That's
it. You've
gnarly,
seen it,
dude.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
Definitely.
You should practice those.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, maybe after this.
We'll see Kelly in the parking
Let's get a
lot.
few beers and go practice.
We'll put you on the wall and practice on the wall. I mean,
Go.
next to the wall first. Put the board.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Go
You
get
get
him
it.
some cooking wine.
But yeah, no, I mean, just saying, for street, it wasn't like a street, and there was a vert ramp on that contest, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And
What year did you start skating?
it's blurry.
Yeah, like probably mid '80s.
80s or 80s.
It seems like
Because
you're
there
about
was skating, and then there was modern skating. So we had the plastic boards that we
Mhm.
rode, and we did like the stacking the board. We go downhill and do this for a little bit. It wasn't really modern, like, and
the-
then
right.
maybe when I was 8, and then then I had like these other type of wooden board with this a little bit better, and I'm like, wow, this thing is sick. So, but it was a small board with the shape like this. Wasn't a real skateboard. So then when I went to that shop that had like power boards,
Right.
the inch in the cab and ease board, and I got this Sims board. And that was, I consider that was like the life changing, like
Right.
even like I had rails on it, big wheels, I don't know, 60,
Mm.
65, like
yeah.
the Kryptonics.
Okay.
Kryptonics,
Soft
that
wheels.
sounds about right.
Maybe I had a Kryptonic, and then I had those. No, maybe on that setup I had the rockets, so the rockets, and they start like this and they finish like so tiny. We were doing pirate slide down there.
We're skating down the street yesterday, and some girl had this board, and he's like, "Oh, the slim balls,
Slim balls.
That's what we call them.
the slim balls." That
So
was sick.
slime balls.
Yeah.
Slime balls, yeah,
Slim
yeah.
balls.
Sorry, I had to say that was good.
So that board,
Well,
that board catapulted you into another bracket, so to speak.
I gotta
of
show you a
skating.
photo with me with the board. Maybe you'll have an idea what period of time.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
sure,
sure.
sure.
But
So
but
at
that
that
was that's where I learned ollies.
Got you.
So that maybe I don't know if I was 11 or 13, maybe 88 or
The Sims
Wow.
board, it sounds about, I mean, 87, 88, Sims was cracking, so
Mm.
for sure.
and a little delay from Europe. And
Did,
This is 97. You got me- 97, you got the Sims.
Was it anybody's particular, was it anybody's board, or was it just like a Sims board, like just a regular
no,
Sims
it
board?
calls Slight Buzz.
Slight Buzz, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sim Slight Buzz with this. It was like I don't know, what was like an insect on it with the. That was my most magic board. It was,
That's
it was
amazing.
so good looking. I had the rails, and I was like, I will never get this graphic scratch. And then I took the rails. Like, oh,
Oh
And
yeah.
I kept it. I still have it on my house.
Oh, you got it.
Oh wow.
It's insane. It like you feel like sad for it.
Is it beat up?
It's so beat up. It's the worst skateboard you'll see.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
you abused that thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
I went through like at least 3 like tail blocks like this, plastic ones. Then my dad was playing hockey and he got me these like the Teflon, like he was making the Teflon tail because we didn't have to buy the tail blocks.
Oh.
They were soft, like I say ice hockey because it's kind of that stuff around the ice hockey ring, and he had that. And then we try like aluminum like tail thing, and it grabs every time you hit it.
Wow.
It's terrible. But then I gave up, and then the tail just started to get shorter and shorter and shorter because the board, like, wow, this was huge tail.
Yeah.
And now it's like this. The nose is completely destroyed, and then the grip tape. That's what was sad because we'd break. We'd go in the construction zone that night and we'd steal stuff. We're like, wow, look at this, because it wasn't protected or anything, and we'd just steal screws and things. And that's another thing. We built cabins and random shit in the forest.
Okay.
But we stole grip tape, like the sandpaper. Not the same job. No, we stole sandpaper and now double tape on the grip, and we
Okay.
just change it, and it's still on there. Like there's still sandpaper
Wow.
with double
No
tape on
way.
there, and it's painted. I don't know.
I love
Yeah.
that.
But
I
have
love
it.
that. I love that you kept it. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really trying to preserve those
I
things.
kept
Yeah.
it. A few times I pulled out because I teach like kids and people with sport. I'm like, your board's too old. I'm like, this is what I learned with.
This is what I
It was
got.
kind of cool. I only did it once or twice, but I'm like, this is.
I got
like-
sandpaper on this board.
Would you skate with this?
Right.
like, no.
right.
This is what I used to skate with.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when you were doing the ho-ho contest, you saw the vert ramp.
Yeah, and
Did you
and
skate the
people were
vert
good.
ramp?
Like my friend Paul was. I mean, I didn't know him at the time, but he had like this guy who kind of looked like a Californian dude, like kind of shirt off, like long hair, and he's doing hand plant. And I'm like, wow, this is it.
Mm.
But I wasn't on there yet. So
So you were skating vert, but that was the first time you saw somebody that was like really good at vert.
I think so. That was
Mm.
skating vert.
Okay.
And then there was the story when I heard when Bill Weiss came up, and I don't remember that one. One first time I saw vert skating is when the Zorlak Zorlak and Circle A team, or like Weiss came in town, not in my town, but some village, and we were watching these guys, and Weiss loves this story because he's like, well, I lost my voice for like 2 weeks from screaming. He's like, wow, these guys was freaking doing stuff.
Was he
Like,
naked?
no, he didn't pull that one.
No, he didn't.
It was I mean,
That
I
was
think he
later
was
on.
really
Yeah, it was later.
young, and Donnie Meyer was there.
Oh
and,
wow.
And Rob Mertz,
Okay.
Weiss, Steve Schneer
Mm.
doing ho-hos.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's funny.
and that's I don't know which one came first, but I think maybe that was even after.
Okay.
And they were so good.
Wow.
I was blown away.
I love that.
At that time, it would be like everybody. I think I might have spoken on this before. When people would form full circles, and people would be doing like hand plants and shit in the middle. You ever did? Did you guys ever do that?
in the middle of the
Like no, there would be like a gang, like a group of people, and they would be surrounding like people that would be doing hand plants and ho hos and shit.
Like a
dancer.
breakdancing.
Like a break,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah,
Yeah.
Be like, okay, your turn, and
Your turn. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I don't know. We
No?
You didn't do
I
that?
didn't do that one.
no,
There weren't enough skaters in
Sounds
Switzerland
yeah,
to do
maybe
that.
that
Yeah,
might
it
be
was
the
him and
case,
his-
too.
Him and his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
still. So I was doing these contests, and
Yeah.
I did good in street too. I think in that first contest, I might have did
Okay.
third place or something, and I was maybe 13. Or
Not
something,
bad.
12. Not bad. So I got a little shop sponsor, and like, I did few Swiss Cup. I think I won the Swiss Championship Junior.
Swiss Cup sounds so dope.
I know it does.
I mean, we got Castle and shit, but like, you go for the Swiss Cup. This is some shit, you know.
Swiss Cup last
You know,
week.
yeah, just you run the Swiss Cup.
Pulled it.
Mhm,
Yeah,
got
it's
that
a
Swiss
Swiss
Cup, baby. Sounds prestige.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that was amazing because we'll get to these contests and share. We were looking for skaters, and we're like, oh, people from different cantons and part of town, and we're like, oh, these guys have these tricks and this and that.
Yeah.
So I mean, regardless, I was entering the street, and then of course I start picking up on vert like big time, and I don't know how to switch, but I became, learned my early grab on the ramp. Then I start doing the backside airs and start doing like all kinds of things, and I don't know, I learned it pretty quickly. But I had a little bit, I still have that background, but I would enter the street, the vert, and it was a mini ramp contest. This one, actually, this one year I got first on the street, and I got first on the vert, and I got second on the mini ramp.
No.
Yeah.
You almost had the trifecta Swiss
Yeah.
Cup.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, who beat you on the mini ramp, man?
My
He
friend
have-
Ollie is good.
Oh, my
He's really good. Yeah, he's still skating,
Guys,
kills it.
has his named after the Ollie.
Ollie
Ollie
Bergen.
Ollie Bergen.
Pulled it
Yeah.
off.
Damn.
But but my street skating was terrible. Like I don't know. Because I was still doing grab and backside 360s, but I was when modern street skating started coming
Yeah,
around, I'm like,
right after that.
I'm not really like doing this. Like, I mean, not like I didn't want to do this, but I at one point I gave up the when we started doing the European Championship, because when that level started going like outside, like, oh, France has a contest, and so I start, I've won a few championships, so now I was about to go somewhere else, take this internationally. But yeah, no, I didn't do the street anymore.
Okay.
Like I was washed up.
You got you were
Washed up.
I was
got
street
first in
washed
the,
up at 16.
I remember you having skills when I first seen you. Like, I think I probably met you I'd say around like 17, 18, give or take, when you were in San Diego. That's when I recall meeting you.
Okay.
But I think at that time you had skills, obviously on the streets and the ramp. But I didn't think you were like trash. I thought you were really like you had skills on street, and I thought that was cool because you could fucking fuck vert up too, and that was very rare at that time.
Dude, that was very rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, how did I get there? But so there's more to that. But anyways, yeah, I was doing good.
Okay.
And then I won like a European championship in Antwerp '92, and I was riding for. Before I was riding for Deathbox through a distributor. And
got you.
I had a shop sponsor. Then of course I had a distributor sponsor to give me board. They start taking me around, like free train trip to the contest. And
Damn, moving on up, dude.
Moving on
No
up.
way, free trains.
So-
Yeah, free trains. You're only 16, 17 at this point?
Yeah, I mean
16?
probably 15,
15?
14,
Gotcha.
15,
Okay.
16.
Okay.
I don't know. Everything just
Yeah, it gets
kind
a
of
little-
mixed up. But when I was on my peak, vert skating was 16.
16.
17.
Okay. Are you winning
So-
these contests that you're going out to? Or
I
just
won
here?
the Vert Championship,
The champion.
amateur,
Okay.
Nice.
and then the European Pro. I was in Pro. I mean, there was like the European, the Munster European version. And unfortunately the vert contest got canceled because the ramp broke down, and we did a qualifier run, and I did a run, like a solid run, but I didn't do like all my I mean, I could do fives and stuff, and I didn't do it, but I qualified fourth, and then the ramp fell apart, so they took the results, so it was like fourth place
Oh,
in
wow.
the championship.
So you got fourth in the champion. By default, you got
by
fourth.
default, yeah.
Right,
I
right,
could have
right,
done
right.
worse, I could have done better, but
Right.
never know.
Sure.
I wish
sure.
I'd go back and try to get this.
Oh, you should
Should've brought
definitely try that now.
Should have brought all the
Yeah.
stuff that you stole. Should have brought all the stuff that you stole from the construction yards. Fix ramp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot about that.
No,
got
that
all my-
was
I got all my
wasn't-
shit at home.
That wasn't cool. People got hurt. That was sketchy.
Oh,
The
was
whole
it?
platform
Oh, really?
fell down, and
Wow.
luckily no one
Was on there.
I think was no. There was people on there.
Really?
They left. We're like, oh my god.
Oh, wow.
And I was sitting right across it.
I think you just meant like they were just getting
No,
all-
but it was
coming
it was
apart.
Not, it was not
Oh, wow.
a good situation.
Okay. Okay.
I hope these people are okay.
Damn.
Wow.
So you took the train back home?
I don't know. I forgot how we got there.
Okay. Okay.
But I was on that time. I was actually writing for real distribution. Like my friend he was connected to all the real guys and I think world industry guys after.
Okay.
But he got me on real. I was on Deathbox and I loved that company so much. It was so cool. Like but the the boards are like terrible too.
Were they?
That's why I kind of quit street skating too. Oh, I didn't mean to say that, but that's
Listen, this is a long time ago.
they were so steep you couldn't hit the tail, and I'm
Oh.
like, oh man. But for vert, it was fine. It was good.
Right.
Okay.
But my friend, I didn't speak English, so I was always talking to my friend, and he's trying to set up the death box stuff, and then they say, and I was at these European championships or contests, and they're like, well, we already have too many vert skater, like we're not gonna mess with them too much. And he's like, all right, how about you get right for real? And I'm like, really? I'm like, let's do it. I mean, it didn't mean anything. It was from the distributor, right? But
distributor,
that was
yeah, right.
it was such an amazing company. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, like I got to skate all the Tebow boards and the Salmon boards and the Slogo boards and who else was on there. All
You
the
guys
best
could have been. You
guys.
guys could have been teammates.
Oh yeah, you were on there for
Yeah,
a
I was
little
on
bit.
for a short stint for the end of '92, I'd say. Maybe for a good 6 months.
Hmm.
I was on there
Yeah.
on that time.
Oh, you
Yeah.
Distributor
were-
flow.
still like you guys are.
Hey,
Yeah.
You guys are connected.
one way or another.
Yeah.
It's weird to think about that because I never, like it's through the distributor, but then obviously I went to the States and stuff, and I traveled with them.
That's
And
what you
they
went
took
to.
me-
That's what you went to SF for.
Yeah, so it was.
You flew to
Uh,
SF to skate with the real dudes,
Yeah,
and you didn't speak any English.
I didn't speak English, so I was doing good with these contests, and I'm like, I don't care. It's always been about skating. It wasn't. When I've been thinking about this, I wanted to say here, I said a story before, but I'm like, I know like pros, what it means to be pro. I just wanted to learn tricks and be part of skating. Because I always think about that meeting. At one point, that guy, Real, he's like, I'm going to the States, hanging out with all the real guys and doing this stuff, and I want you to come with me. And he was a talker, right? I mean, it's amazing, but he was, I don't want to say full of shit, but I'm like, fuck, he's full of shit. Sorry.
Like you
But-
thought he was full of shit.
No,
like
I
he
didn't
was
think
going.
He's legit. Like he was connected with all. I mean,
Okay.
before that, we went on a tour with Mark Gonzalez, like Carmen Joseph,
Wow.
Alan Peterson, Ron Chapman, John Cordial, and I tour in Europe with them. Like, and I'm like, whoa, these guys.
Solid
are-
ass crew.
I thought of and Salman Aga. Sorry, I just saw him, and we were talking about how that we met before I moved here.
Amazing.
And I was full on vert skater, and like I didn't really skate the street, and then we skated this ramp in Hamburg, I think. But we toured with them, so I'm like, of course he was legit, so he can take me to the States, and he did. Like,
Yeah.
But the follow through was a little bit.
Oh, the follow through.
You
Gotcha.
get it done.
Right. Right.
So I'm doing an apprenticeship. This is 4 years. I'm out of school at 16. Don't know what I'm doing, but I decided to be like an architect, design, because I mean, not an architect.
Like a city planner type
city.
thing.
I got a job at the city architect to learn how to build
Roads
infrastructures,
and-
road.
okay.
I would visit the tunnels, and
Oh, you would.
yeah, and then I did this for 3 months. I started writing. Funny enough, at the time we were still writing the letters like all perfect. And it's like, go like this. And this other guy was like, we're not gonna do this anymore. The computer's gonna take over. I mean, this is all
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
wow,
Okay.
yeah.
about geometry and plans, and so I did 3 months of this, and I was like, skating is over. I'm done. Like I have to follow this
You
path.
gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing this job for this, and it's winter. I don't know, all that stuff. It was just like you can't skate anymore. My it's done. It was fun till 16, and now life gets serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I was like, and then he came up to me and he's like, yeah, like he says some stories about potentially, like, I mean, I was writing for real, like maybe do a European pro board, or just like hyping me up, and going over there, and I'm like, I don't want to be doing this apprenticeship. Like,
Yeah.
I just didn't, like, I'm like, I just felt so sad to be thinking that skating was over.
Right.
And so he's like, I think looking back at it, I think the Swiss Federation bought me this ticket because he's like, yeah, he's a champion or something. I don't
Okay.
know, but I have letters from them from when I did visa and like, with my resume on the contest, and he wrote a letter with the federation.
Wow.
And I didn't pay for the ticket. He's like, I got an open ticket. We're gonna meet up with the real guys. You're gonna do your thing. Like,
Okay.
he came up to my parents' house because I wasn't even allowed to leave the country. You know, you have to sign
Yeah.
papers and convince my parents to leave this apprenticeship. I had 3-month
Oh
trial.
my
I have to
gosh.
quit. And it was coming like 2 weeks before I was in for good.
Mm.
And I'm like super shy. I'm like, didn't want to hear him talk. So I went in the back and he was sitting in my parents' living room, trying to sell the idea of taking the kid to America. Like,
Well, was he older? Much older? How?
yeah, it's probably 4. We travel with them in Europe. I have
Okay.
crazy story. I don't remember, but my friends are telling me
Okay.
because I have all this story here.
So he's like
I'm
4 years
"We did
older.
this."
So he wasn't like crazy old. He was just like a
No,
little bit
no.
older and had the connections.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had all these connections. So he when all of a sudden quit my apprenticeship. And
Parents were cool with it.
They were. I don't know.
You never.
But they let me go.
Okay.
And it was like, oh, I'll get to learn English and then I'll do an apprenticeship. Because I was far away from my house. I'll get closer one. And then I have the English baggage. It's
Right.
kind of like a thing. And maybe, I don't know, maybe something happened. So
You were kind of presenting it in a little different fashion to your folks. Sounds like.
I don't know how you present it
Okay.
because I didn't hear the conversation.
Okay.
I can't remember it.
Okay. Okay.
But anyway, I'm flying. And then it was like second. I flew once before an hour, but it's pretty much the first time we've gotten a flight. No, like, I'm talking 92, like, they were still smoking in the plane in the back.
Yeah, amazing.
No phone, no connection, fax machine. I would send, like, postcard to my parents. You know, it was that time.
Sure.
And then
Old
I didn't
school.
speak English, and I just show up here, and I'm like, San Francisco. I never see a building. I never see a homeless. I never seen, like, this craziness, and we get there, and I saw right away things were not like I didn't know. I didn't ask him, "What were we staying? Like, is there something?" Like, he was there. And after we stayed at Steve Schruger's house for one night, and I'm like, "What is this?" And all this stuff going on. I was like, "Oh, we gotta go." And then we ended up staying at but you know, we went to Rio and meeting up these people, and I'm like, I'm still don't know where I'm gonna stay. You know, I'm like here for 6 months or something, and it looks like it was the first time they hear the story or something.
Hey, I
Hey,
brought this
guy-
kid.
I brought
Yeah.
this kid. Like, I had this idea. I would have to ask him, but I don't know what he was planning on doing with me. But I feel like he's like, we got to figure it out. Like, this is all Swiss champion. Like, oh yeah, cool. Like, you know. And I'm like, oh, what are they talking about?
How,
and
dude?
so he's like, okay, I end up I mean, maybe that's the thing. There is the real house with Dave Meddy, Joe Brook, and Greg Hunt were living.
Okay.
So
Here comes the Swiss Cup
here he is,
champ.
like- but he was
No, listen,
Oh,
90
we're waiting for him.
No, 91, 92. I mean, there's some,
That's
there's some
amazing.
shit talking going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
But it was a skate house. You know, that's where people would
Yeah,
come
yeah,
in. So maybe I
100%.
was welcome or not. But I'm like, where'd I stay? Who's my friend? Because my friend is like, hey, I'm bouncing. I'm going to LA trade show. And it's like, oh, I've been here for 2 days and you're leaving. Like, and you're like, yes, just stay here. Or lift the rug up and just dip me in.
Pretty
Dip me
much,
on
right?
there,
Okay.
basically.
Wow.
No, but that was in amazing hand at the same time. I was
Of
like,
course.
what? Like, I was seeing, skating with Salman Aga, like
Wow.
filming, like they were filming all the end of the video, like first real video.
So they were taking
Kelly
care of
Bird.
you. They were taking care of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. to a certain degree.
No, but I mean, Dave, I was like, he let me borrow, like I was staying in his room. Like he's like, oh, here's a mat. And there's like, here's the room for you. But I didn't know if I was welcome or not. And it was like,
Okay.
this is this Swiss champions thing.
Swiss Cup champion.
I don't know if they knew, but
He brought his trophies
but
with him.
I was staying there.
Put him, starts putting them up in the house.
Funny enough, I left for good. I was a video game addict, and I brought my Sega Genesis with me. I'm like, I'm taking this. I just got it because in apprenticeship I was getting paid a little bit, and I finally I was just finally afforded Sega Genesis. I brought it over to the house, and I'm like, try to play, and I'm like, hey, you have a TV? I got this, the new Alien game, and this. But it wasn't converting on the TV.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, oh well, I see his lines going through, and then I didn't speak English, and I forgot who loves that story. I think Dave. He's like, this kid came in, and I was like, well, I can just listen to it. I know the level's so good. I know when to jump. But like they're like, I hit the thing.
And you couldn't
I was
see it.
playing the video game without seeing
with
it.
with audio.
Yeah,
Did you win? Did you pass a level?
I passed few levels.
Passed guys, I swear I passed a level. I passed a level.
Oh yeah,
You
but
hear the music and you're like, I did it. I did it.
funny enough, actually, before we even got to that, we went to Circuit City to buy the TV, and I didn't know. And it's like, hey, because there wasn't the TV, and I was like, maybe I'll buy it. And somebody told me, he's like, yeah, you can buy the TV and you just return it when you leave. I'm like, really? You do? Like, I was like, that's how it works there. It's kind of like a renting a TV. I'm like, okay, so I buy the TV, and I'm like, oh, fine, I got it. And the lines going,
The
lines
lines.
are going like this. I'm like, oh, and that's how I would listen to. I would just play with it.
Wow. I'd love to hear their perspective.
I didn't think it was
story.
funny. It's just funny because they were laughing.
100%. That's what I'm saying. I'd love to hear their version of like you, the Swiss Cup champ, coming in with the Sega Genesis. I think
No
it'd be-
English.
And
No
that was-
English.
That was a tube TV, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Like the big TVs.
Oh yeah, no,
The
it was
big
big.
boxes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't a flat screen.
Yeah, it wasn't a
Yeah,
flat
you-
iPhone.
It's a big box.
No, but it was
Taking
it
it
was
back.
insane.
It's got the wood grain panels.
Yeah.
You know,
Going there, like I said, like homelesses and thing.
shit
like,
bags.
shit bags.
Shit bags.
So I
Fuck,
was just
man.
blown away. Like he told me, like it was like quarters, a dime, like the money,
Okay.
and like,
Okay.
take me around. You have ice creams, like and the burritos. I never had like Taco Bell. Like I remember the first day, I was like Taco Bell. What is this? Like get this,
Okay.
chicken tacos. I was like thinking, I was like chicken what?
I love this. And you're trying to learn English too.
Yeah.
You're trying to put
Yeah.
words together and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
First
always
time I
fun.
see Kelly Bird, he had a burrito with sour cream. I was like, "What? That is the grossest thing I've ever seen." I was like, "What are they eating?" I was like, "No, I don't want this. The sauce, the hot sauce." I'm like, ugh.
I love that.
I forgot about this. You hate tomatoes.
"Oh yeah."
No, what about ketchup?
No, as long as the tomatoes, tomato sauce, I love it. Salsa, it's fun as long as I don't eat the
Yeah.
chunk.
Yeah.
Hot tomato, like pizza.
Pizza's good. Pizza's okay.
Pizza's all right.
Pizza is good. Yeah.
Okay.
The physical tomato,
Just the tomato
is a
itself,
no-no.
yeah.
So gross.
Okay. So weird. I
Shanny,
always trip on that.
Shanny would crush 7-Eleven pizza. Never. We'd be on trips and he would just crush 7-Eleven pizza, and then after he'd be like,
No.
oh yeah, you did." I don't know why I did that.
7-Eleven.
In Washington
The other
D.C.
ones,
In
yeah.
Washington D.C. It was,
There was a trip that's where
He's like, all right, AM,
maybe-
PM.
Maybe, but I wasn't a big fan of MPM. But I think maybe on that trip, the DC one, when we skate the frog ball.
oh yeah, yeah.
Because I remember seeing these pizza. Did I get one? Maybe I don't know. I mean, she said so.
Oh, you
maybe
were
I did
you
it.
were toast after. It was amazing. Sorry, I didn't mean to steer away
What do you
from
mean
the
he
story.
couldn't? He
Like,
ate the pizza
He
and he
ate
was
the
done?
pizza and he was like, "Oh, that was a bad idea."
Maybe
Like,
that- oh no! You know what? I remember because I sat in that van and I was not feeling good at all. That's probably why it's last time, first and last.
I was like, this dude's gonna eat like all this pizza. He thought he was gonna be all right to go skate after. I don't know. It was funny to watch
It
it.
can backfire for sure.
Yeah, but I just sorry to interrupt on that burrito thing, but I just remember you'd be like, you were so disgusted by tomatoes for some reason.
I hate him.
Okay. So now we're with the real guy. The TV don't work. You're winning levels just by audio. you're going
the best.
skating with them. I mean, sounds like a good time.
But again, I was a vert skater, so I'm like,
Right.
I get to SF, and I'm thinking McGill Park and parks and like all those ramps that I've been dreaming of, and I'm like, I realized there wasn't vert ramps.
Right.
It was all street. So we'd skate down the EMB, and I'm like, wow, that's that spot from virtual reality.
Oh,
like,
now you're
amazing. That's
seeing-
why I didn't.
okay.
I knew the spot, but I just didn't know there was an SF because I wasn't really. I mean, I didn't know anything. obviously.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm like crazy. But then I'm like, why is there a vert ramp? Like, is it kind of what I do? And
But Vert, but
it wasn't
little did you know,
vert.
like Vert's dead.
Exactly. They're like, no, vert is dead. And I'm like, that's it. That's my dreams are over.
Dreams are over. Like,
I was like, what am I doing
but
here? Like,
to
What do you mean?
but even to a kid, like imagine being back then and hearing that like Vert's dead. It's like it's almost unfathomable. Like how do you? What do you mean nobody's skating Vert anymore? What?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Like it's a trip. Here's the Swiss Cup champ. You know? Like, coming into town.
Like I won just last week.
yeah. Well, I told you. I mean, Europe was like 2 years. Just one. It's dead. I haven't started it.
but it was
Whole
that
life
Vert.
dream. Get to this, and you travel across the world. You do all this, and you get there. It's like you got a touch,
It's
buddy.
li-
Be tired.
but it's literally dead. So now
I forgot when I got that call when I figured it out, but I really I think I was like, but yeah, no, I was we were skating in B, and I'm like, what tricks like these nollies? And-
Okay, okay.
and these
A
backward
vert
flips.
skater from Switzerland skating EMV.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's amazing.
but he's with
Yeah,
all the
but-
dudes, so that's
Yeah.
amazing.
It
It
was
was a stamp though.
Yeah,
It
got
was.
the
I got
stamp.
funny enough, like Salmon, these guys, they skated San Jose. They didn't skate EMB too much, and I was intimidating place in '92. Like it was sketchy.
Yeah.
I mean, not in a bad way, but it's just like all the best, like filming
Oh, yeah.
virtual
Yeah,
reality.
all eyes
I
are
remember
on you
seeing
too.
Carol
Everybody's
Mesa
like, "Who's that?
filming.
Who's that over there?" Like paying attention. So if you didn't like, if you weren't in the circle and you like stood out, they'd be like, "Who's this dude?"
Oh, yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like,
Who's the new corner kid?
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
they would just throw you to the dogs. Like, you don't come in no turf like this.
Bro.
The Swiss, the Swiss Cup. I was like, what the heck are you
Swiss
doing
Cup
here?
champ.
Swiss
But that-
Cup champ.
No,
Imagine that though. Imagine Swiss Cup champ, Switzerland kid. But now he's in Embarcadero, witnessing the best of the best dudes. I mean, it's a whole other world.
Amazing.
Whole other world.
Yeah.
Completely opposite to what you're used to. That's
and
crazy.
hanging out with all the dudes from the videos. Like,
Right.
It was
Yeah.
crazy. And then lucky enough, I mean, maybe that was the real connection, but a lot of
Mhm.
people had these vibes, oh, this guy, or even like, they were like, who's the new guy in town? Like,
Yeah.
I remember even see Jamie Thomas, like, when he was there and he was sleepy on EMB or something, and we went skating, and I don't remember all you of this like in slap. No, was it slap? All you of this huge like 5 or 6. I never seen anything that big. No one would do this.
Mhm.
We watch him fly. What the heck is wrong with this guy? Like, whoa. And you know, and he had a hard time. And
I remember
so-
that though specifically. Not to cut you off, but Jamie Thomas definitely was a trooper that stayed at EMB and like he got his little ranks kind of doing that, bro.
Mhm.
I definitely remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
he told
Yeah,
the
but-
story when he was here.
Yeah.
He was like stealing like pizza from pigeons and stuff to eat. Remember
Yeah.
he was talking about that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Yeah,
put in a lot of
no.
work.
he did.
Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt.
It was.
And when you're taking food from pigeons,
I mean, it's a struggle right there.
doesn't work.
So somehow, like, I always, luckily, I don't know, in my whole life, it was, I mean, especially when the Euros, I didn't like them. But I was always, like, I went through and I met a bunch of people, and everybody was always cool. Like,
Amazing.
I got the validation. I don't even know why, because
Yeah.
they didn't, I don't know.
Who else did you meet? Do you remember at that time? Like,
Pupeki.
nice.
Oh,
Like,
damn.
Wow. At EMB?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's
Went-
sick.
Went to his house and me like, I mean I don't remember, but like a bunch of people like
Mhm.
we were skating, but most of the time the real guys, Edward
Mhm.
Rivera, whoever's on
Sick.
Fun,
For sure.
whoever like,
Wow.
yeah, it was cool.
You skated
And-
like Spencer Fujimoto.
yeah, but I can't really remember.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
'cause he was
remember-
in San Jose, I believe. But
I think I met Carl. I always tell that story. Like
Carl.
it was like I was like Carl was like a if it was him, I have a blurry idea, but he was hustling, selling trucks, and I always tell him, "You tried to rob me when I was in the EMB." He's like, "No, I didn't." I was like, "Yeah, you did." I was like, he would come up to me and it was like, and I didn't understand English good, so I didn't know what he was up to.
Carl Watson.
But
What was he?
yeah,
What
so
do you
I
remember? The
always
hustle.
Spoke with him because obviously he's the best dude ever.
Best
and
dude
then
ever.
Hell
if I
yeah.
tell that,
Carl's very helpful. It seemed like he would look out for people that were like not knowing like what was going on at EMB. Like he would be like, "Dude, like, are you familiar? Like, just kind of watch out." You know what I mean?
maybe
Like,
it
he would
wasn't
help-
even
he would
him,
help.
but I'm like,
Yeah. But he
but
would
I'd
definitely
like
be
to-
hustling, selling shit for sure.
then it was him.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Mess with me." He's like, "No, I didn't." Like, yeah. That's the only problem I had at EMV.
with Carl Watson.
Of all
Imagine.
people.
So you must have been learning to skate street now.
Yeah, so we would skate with all the real dude, but at one point I was like, I stayed a month, and then I don't know if it was just like, oh, these guys, I don't know if they want me to be there, but the whole time I was still talking to Mehdi, like, where's the ramp, like, and then Max had a ramp, but I wasn't cool enough to skate it yet, Max Schaff was like, yeah, you're a dude, no, like they would maybe say, no, he's not skating my ramp, and there was talk for me to go to North Carolina to skate the ramp Neil Hendricks skate.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa, I want to go there. I was like, where is this? Like, damn, McGill's done. Like, but then there was the San Francisco. There was the YMCA ramp in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, this is the ramp, and I'm like, the one with the hip and this is where I got sold to go over there to do. I'm still like doing. That's why I said the memo was maybe not there yet.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But I got talking to, I was like, I'm going to go skate this ramp. I need to go skate Vert. It's like a month of just learning English and skating, like kind of watching, because I would not skate. Like I would watch someone do the hydrant, like switch 180 hydrant, switch ollie the hydrant. Like it was amazing.
Crazy.
But I didn't, like I wasn't trying to get tricks. Like
Right.
I was in the back of the truck eating my tacos.
Without sour cream.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
tomatoes.
How'd you get down to San Diego?
So I flew. It's like, yeah, I can get you a flight. Like, well, I paid for it, but he's like, he set it up, and he's like,
Your homie did. The guy that you came there
no,
with?
Dave or.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my
Okay.
homie was gone. Like he stayed with me for 2 days.
That was it. You never saw him
No,
again.
I saw him later, like 6 months later.
dude.
Wow.
And but yeah, I went down somehow. My friend Oli that he won the mini ramp one. He was in San Jose because he was affiliated with Santa Cruz or something.
Oh.
He was pro
And
for
I-
Santa Cruz.
Super blurry.
Wow.
Okay.
He's no, I don't know. I don't know if I
Ollie
don't think he had
Borgen?
a board, but he was
Ollie
making-
who?
Ollie Borgen?
Bergen, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe he had a board.
Maybe. I have to ask.
Yeah.
But he was doing well, and I think he got money, and
Okay.
he toured, and it was awesome. But he was there, and I don't know how we contact through fax machine or phone. I don't know what, but he was going to San Diego, and I was like, "Oh, you're here!" And then did we plan that before? I don't know, but he was
Right.
going to be there for 2 days, and so November 15th, it was Christmas time, and so we met up there. I took a Greyhound, like I forgot where we met up, or we took the Greyhound for like 3 hours to get to
Okay.
Encinitas. Show up with my suitcase. I took all my stuff because I was like,
What
I
about
don't
your
think I wanna
TV?
come back. TV, we brought it back to
You brought
Circuit
it back to Circuit
got the money
City.
back. And I thought it was a totally normal thing to do. Like,
Okay.
no, I would never do it. And but yeah, we would show up at the store Street Life. Like we saw like Markovic or Maxwell, these San Diego dudes, and they always have story about me. Oh, you showed up, like getting hot tamales, like the candy bars. Like,
Oh, the little candies. I love those
I was
things.
like, oh my god, these things.
Yeah.
The PB Max.
Yes.
And but yeah, no, we stayed there, and we
Finally.
went to the YMCA, and I skated vert. Like I hadn't skated vert for a while, and so we was like, damn, YMCA it opens at 2:30. I was like, what is this? What to wait so long?
Oh, no.
But we got a hotel. We split the hotel cost for $2 something night. And it's like, I gotta go. I'm gonna go back, and I'm like, which I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, well, I went down there, but oh yeah, no. That's what I was thinking, because I met Ocean Howell and Market. I had met Ocean in Europe, like on a tour before, like briefly, and then Marcus Wyndham,
Wow.
and they were staying at their house with Greg and all this, like the real house, right?
Okay.
Um,
Did you want to stay there at the? You don't want to go back to SF.
No, because
You're at the
I
ramp.
wanted to skate the ramp. So I was like, I took all my stuff and
Right.
I was gone. But so I met them, and we got alone, and they gave me, they were like, hey, if you come down here, there's my phone number. I wrote it on
Okay.
the thing. So I was like, oh, maybe they say you can stay with us, because it was super cool. And
So when your buddy left, you were
I
thinking
was like,
could
yeah, I
go
can stay with them. So I was
Okay.
trying to get a hold of them. and that's where then he bounced, and I was like, I can't afford to be in a hotel. That was out of the question.
Sure.
So when that I couldn't get, it didn't work out. Like I couldn't. And it was Christmas Eve, and I was finishing the Y. I'm like, oh, I don't know where I'm gonna be, and then I only have a certain amount of money. Like I can't go back to the hotel. It's too expensive because if I don't make money, I have to go home. Like if I spend too much money, my parents are gonna take me home. And I was like, hotel was out of the question, especially by myself. We did 2 nights or whatever. So YMCA like closed, or I forgot. It was like, hey, because they see me, I'd show up with suitcase at the YMCA. I was like, what are you doing? Like I had my traveling suitcase. Like, skate the park. So I was like, yeah, I'm from Switzerland and da, da, da. And I was like, where are you staying? He's like, I don't know. And it's like, and somebody told me there's a homeless party, like a homeless thing for Christmas Eve. If I don't have a place to stay, I can go there.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. And then it's like, well, is there hotels? Like, I was still kind of like, it was out of the question, but I was like, maybe there is cheap hotels over there. And I remember it was dark, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go see what's up with these hotels. And I skated through it was dark, and I skated through the neighborhood, and I see the neighborhood watch with the burglar face on it.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh my God, it's dangerous here. Like, they like, don't be here at night. I thought that sign meant that, I thought it was like,
people would come out at night.
Yeah, they come out at night. So I'm like, well, it's completely dark. There's no light on
Street lights.
Yeah, it was an interior street right there. Yeah, and I got spooked out by that sign. I'm like, you better turn around, because I was riding for a little bit, and I turned around. And I'm like, I'm going to check out the homeless party.
The homeless party.
So just got myself a little spot, got myself a little bed, like a mattress on the ground, and just like lay there. And I had my Walkman and listen to music. And then these guys were getting rowdy, getting drunk and fights and stuff. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. So I lit up the lights on the whole day, the whole night. And then I put another like thing over my head so I could sleep.
Okay.
And the next day, like the people that organized the party, like I think they break up so fight, like, hey, stop doing this, so we have to go, like, and then they're like, but what are you doing here, like, 17-year-old kid, like, with your suitcase from Switzerland at the homeless center. Like, so they were tripping, and I was like, well, I'm trying to get hold of my friend. I need like to make some calls. I think I could stay with them. So they're like, oh, well, we're not gonna leave you here. The next day is Christmas night. So they took me to the home.
Okay.
And I stayed there, and I could get hold of them. And they were opening, it was Christmas. They were opening up presents and playing Jeopardy, or I forgot, but I didn't
Scrabble or something.
Some
Monopoly.
stuff. No, Monopoly. The one they used to say is a bunch of words, and I couldn't understand anything.
Scrabble, maybe.
It wasn't Scrabble. It was
Uno.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways, I spent Christmas with them. And
Did they have kids?
They had a daughter.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and at that party, I got my Walkman stolen. Like the next day, I was like, my music, my cassette.
Cassette player now.
So like, yeah, they stole my Walkman, and then I went to that house, and then the next day, Ocean or Mark picked up the phone. And they're like, yeah, we're down at Hillcrest. And I'm like, oh, they're here. Drop me off at the train station. And I just met up with them. And this is really where I learned street skating. Because, like, these guys were, like, the street gods. I mean, they were really the best. Like, I mean, there was plenty, but, like, they were just little wizards. Like, Mark Wyndham was, like, it was like a Guy Mariano making all this stuff up, like switchback tail, like, I mean, the stuff they did, possible,
straight
like,
up.
like when he knows going down the rail, backside when he knows going, switchback side when he knows going. I think he
Wow.
switched back
Damn.
360 lip down the rail. I mean, it was
What?
like
Switch backside 360 lip.
did he do that?
I had to be like,
It's either I think he did
if he
it.
did,
Or,
I
no,
wouldn't
no.
be surprised if he did,
That's-
because he was definitely forward, like thinking in that way. So I could be wrong, but he was doing.
If he
some
didn't
fancy
do it,
shit.
he was he wanted to do it, and we
Yeah.
talked about this.
Okay.
He was like, "Oh, I want to do a switchback 360 lip down the rail."
Damn.
And but he was doing ridiculous stuff. And you see this
Definitely.
video, like he did. Somebody told me, like, "Hey, this guy did a inward heel flip 360." impossible tricks. You know,
Mm.
even
Yeah.
with a hill 360, that you can't do that.
And
Maybe
make
you
it look,
can.
and, no, and make it
No.
look good. Nah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
look
it's super hard. But anyway, Mark Wyndham did it switch down some. I was like, yeah, this guy did it in '91, like down
Yeah.
some stairs. Like
jeez.
it was pretty like
He was
old.
gnarly, bro. For sure.
Right, Rod?
And then
Where's Roger?
so
Mhm. Where's Roger when you need him?
I don't know. He's,
He getting help me out with that knowledge.
I
He's
know, I
crazy.
know.
But Mark Wyndham and Ocean Howell,
Ocean Howell as well.
Tech Whiz. I mean, the
Mhm.
flat ground mastery. Like, I was in awe of these guys, and I
And-
get to stay with them, skate with them, and go to Balboa. We had this line that would go out of the house and go like maybe 1 or 2 miles down the Balboa streets, and I'm like, oh, street skating. So I'm skating. I would sit in front of the house and learn all the flight ground tricks for hours while they were, I don't know, talking about school or something. This guy was smart. And then I was like, oh, trick, flat ground. And then we'd skate Balboa apart, and I was push we had the switch runs. Like, okay, once we had this regular, I would do switch. Like, so comfortable, you know, I mean, Salmon pushing switch.
Yeah.
Like, I was like
Yeah.
such a fan. And so that helped me, like, I was with them for 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a long time, and I might have gone up a few times. Like, oh, I gotta take whenever we can skate vert. I would ask for vert all the time because I miss it. It
Mhm.
was my thing. But
Right.
but I was like, when can we get to the YMCA? Then you get there, there's almost no one skating. And no, it wasn't 50 millimeter wheels. It was 42 millimeter
yeah,
wheels
yeah.
on old Masonite.
Right.
It was like
Not
the
a good
bearing covers.
Yeah.
Damn.
So 50s was already like, if you had 50s, like.
You're riding big boys.
We didn't wear 50s, probably 45. But yeah, it's not like I always said that I'm not like it's not vert skating. To me, it was just skating
Yeah.
because it's part of the package.
Mm-hmm.
Skating was whatever you had in front of you, whatever, you know, I had slalom and I had freestyle, and I grew up like jumping off the thing. So I touched a little bit of everything,
Yeah.
and vert was the thing at the time, and to me there was not that much different. I wasn't that bummed like, oh, I got to street skate. Not like when I was so bummed, like I got to skate a manual pad.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sucked.
Oh God.
In my early days, like, manuals are so hard.
It's the worst.
And that wasn't. I mean, I still love manuals, but
I hate them.
well,
I
it's
hate
too-
'em.
They are.
Base my whole career off of like the
Yeah.
hardest shit ever. It's
Yeah.
like
You
But
chose
it-
wisely.
I know. It's
Yeah.
just listen.
but skating was fun. I wasn't like up to street skate. It was like it just like that was what I was skating now, and I'm
Right.
learning tricks and I'm becoming better at
Sure,
street
sure.
skating. And then
Yeah.
when I get the chance, I skate vert. But I was like, yes, I was like, this whole potentially board out. Like it was just like, that's not
So far
that's
gone.
so far gone.
Mhm.
And I guess the guy came back with a trade show. My friend Eve, that's his name.
6 months later,
He
finally.
came. He's like, "Hey, how is it going? Like, are you like?" And then like, "No, Vert is dead. Like, I'm street skating." And it's like, "Oh, turn pro in street or something." I was like, "You're out of your mind."
Okay.
It's just like-
Okay.
but
So,
no, but yeah, go ahead.
because I was just gonna say, so in your mind, you know, you're not skating vert, you're just skating street, but this sponsorship pro stuff is like so far. It's not even in your vocabulary. Sounds like at this point, you're just skating.
Yeah, I was almost embarrassed.
It was almost
I was like, well, I don't know what the thing is. but-
right.
You weren't filming
I'm here.
anything? Like anything at all back then?
No, I don't think so.
No. So you're just like this kid that's staying at
We
their
didn't
place. and
film.
just, like, what do you like? What are
Yeah,
Are you speaking any English at this
Yeah,
time?
like-
Are you
I was
learning a little
getting
bit?
better. Of
Okay.
course, I'm learning. I'm
Okay.
learning.
Okay.
But then after 2 months, like Marcus always, he would tell me like he had to kick me out because of my welcome. Was like, this guy's got to go. Like, you know, my welcome was
You
like,
you wore
I-
out your welcome.
Yeah,
That's what they
but in
say.
a really nice way. And it's
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm so sorry I had to like kick you out of my house. And I'm like, no, it's fine. And I was like, my God, I'm going back to the streets.
Where you go? Yeah, where did you go?
I don't know. I was doing the homeless thing again. Like, like, no, I got lucky. Every night it seems like I would move. At one point, I thought I'd have to stay. Like, I was looking at the Del Tacos, like cardboard. I'm like, I think I'm gonna sleep here if this guy doesn't call me back. And
Wow.
Yeah,
But
pre-planning.
yeah, it was. I mean, at first I stayed with Steve Clare.
Okay.
I knew from Europe, amazing. I wish I never see him again. An amazing skateboarder. I stick like we hooked up for some reason, going through the Y, and then that one day with the guy we were here. I stay at Camp Pendleton with some Spanish guy at the military base with this crazy lady, and she killed the rabbits, and they were so crazy taking the bus and knocking at the wrong door at Camp Pendleton in the dark. I'm like, "Ooh, where's this guy's house?" Like, what are you doing here, kid? Like, I'm like going through the.
I'm trying to find somebody.
There was a lot of weird stuff. I met. Funny enough, I would hang
Sounds
out
completely normal. Actually.
I hang out at the video game store, the mall in Oceanside. So if we play video game, I became friend with the guy, and I stayed at his house. I was like, "What are you doing?" Like, I don't know where to stay. I love video games. And I was like, "Yeah, me too." So I stayed a few nights with the guy that was working at the video game store.
Okay.
And so
I used to play this game by just pure
audio.
Yeah, like it's like, yeah, you're in.
You're in. I passed a couple levels.
But yeah, it was kind of
Wow.
crazy. Like I had a bunch of
That seems like,
information.
not traumatic, but that seems like very like a lot of,
Like not knowings.
a lot of not knowing
every
and
day
trying to
not
figure
knowing.
out what you're
Yeah.
gonna do in between
Yeah.
staying at people's houses and stuff. That's
It was
crazy.
a mission.
That's a
Yeah,
mission.
But
definitely.
you know what? I didn't even care because I'm like, I'm not going home. Like
You don't want to go home.
I don't know. I was just like, I'm skating, and
Right.
that doesn't matter what I do. I'm gonna be sticking around,
Determined.
and I'm like, I'm not even gonna tell my parents.
So
I didn't even tell them.
let me ask you this
Wow.
question, right? At this point now, you're skating with Ocean Hal, you're skating with Mark Wyndham, all this stuff. Are you getting better at street? Are you really advancing now?
Yeah, I'm getting.
So-
I'm getting good.
And what was your first, like, did you ever go back to Switzerland, or did you get sponsored out here for the first time?
Well, I was still skating for real, so they send me stuff.
This is still real.
Yeah,
Okay, but
so
you never
I'm
got
like-
on real though, right?
That's what I was gonna say earlier. Like I think I got on.
Okay, you're not. You don't know.
Did
There
you
was
ever have an
nothing
ad?
official. No, I
Okay.
didn't have an ad, but I had my
Okay.
name in the ad.
Okay.
Oh,
There you go.
So
There
it's
you go.
kind of
That's
crazy
pretty
to say.
official.
Yeah,
With
that's
all the
definitely
dudes.
official.
And
Yeah.
it says Shanny with the EY at the end. CHA and
They
Y.
spelled- it was a different Shanny.
Oh, different one.
It was
That's
a totally
why I
different.
don't know.
Did you,
That was the right one.
what about your last name, or was it just Shanny?
No, it was Shanny at the end. So I was
you were
like,
the last dude on the list.
It just said
it was-
Shanny, and
yeah,
that was it.
that was
Not
it.
the
Yeah,
last
it
name.
says that on the ad.
No
Okay.
last name.
No. Yeah.
Shanny with their name spelled wrong.
Yeah, so you imagine the last name what it would be.
I know.
But they were hooking me up, so
Okay,
I
okay.
mean, they were getting me bored.
So it was
but
like
to me, I-
official,
I
and
wasn't
it was
gonna be-
unofficially official. Sounds like.
I was probably like the Flow Europe guy.
Okay.
So,
okay.
but people like, I would go to Y, and then, well, when things change, when I got set up to not be like the homeless, like where is it tonight? Like,
Yeah.
is when I met Mike Crum and Jeff Taylor,
Mm.
and I was doing the suitcase thing, and then I had to skate a vert contest with Mike, and I say a few words to him when he was a kid, and he's like, "Where you staying?" And I was on a bicycle, and I was like, "This is it. Tonight, I'm just fried chicken."
That was it.
I don't know where to go tonight. And then these guys was like from the heaven. It was always the last day. Like I'm like,
Wow.
oh, and they're like, well, get your van in a Vision van, and get your bike in a Vision van. We'll take you to a house, and we hang out. And Jeff was on Powell, and I ended up going to the Powell skate house with them.
No way.
Mm.
So that was like the San Diego mix that just they got me a place, and I mean there was all these people from Texas. There were 12 people in the house, and
Huh.
blah blah blah. So we went there, and took me back down, and I met up with Jason King.
Oh yeah.
James Riff
Okay.
was one of the only Texan dude that stuck around, and everybody's getting evicted. Met up Steve Bear had a place when he was on Vision. Who else? Andy Scott. Stay with Andy Scott, not the England one, but the Blockhead Andy Scott.
Okay.
Vert skaters, and you don't know, but whatever. I start to like hook up with the right people, and I start to be driven towards Planet Earth.
Mm.
So these guys, Jason King was working in Planet Earth, and then I'm like started to skate with them all the time, and then I'm becoming good. I was like, this kid, like, I skated the Y, and I would start being. They were kind of blown away because I started doing like. I had this footage. I wish I did film some stuff. And I think I sent it to Real Spitfire or something. Hey, I got some clip. A backside flip over the spine and do a line with a big. It was kind of like morphing into like back 360 over the hip or indie grab 360 with some flip tricks and
Okay.
and it was and Riff filmed it like. So I had a little tape going on, but not. It was hard to film back then.
I got
know?
you. I got
But
you.
they were like, "Wow, this guy won street," and then I would skate the vert, and I was like, "Wow," and he's on Real. So I had little names. I wasn't like.
yeah.
So they were cool, and then it took me. I stay at the house like, and then eventually I got a job at Planet Earth, like doing the warehouse stuff, $5 an hour.
Amazing.
So the life was good.
Amazing. And when was this? 93? 92?
That's 93. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's another instant too. I got money from. I went to some China trip. The Real set me up with a tour in China, skating on some carpet
Amazing.
with the Vert, and I skated with Max. Max was on that trip, and Remy Stratton and a bunch of BMX guys.
Huh.
And then with Max we connected, and later on he invited me to skate his Jake's ramp.
Okay. Okay.
So and then I had the first. It's amazing. Like, I mean, Jake was on there. Like he was on European tour. But he was pissed when I got there. Oh, your kid is staying here or something, or it was like he wasn't that psyched.
He wasn't.
And then I shot a photo. Was it with Joe Brook? Maybe no, Lance Dawes. I shot a backside 360 air on his ramp, and I
Amazing.
think that's probably the greatest thing I did in skate. I mean, the greatest accomplishment I got. Jake Phelps. I heard he say, "Oh, that was the sickest sequence on a ramp or something." Somebody told me that, and it was kind of legit. But I think it's fake because there's a bunch of stuff that happened on that ramp. Like when Bob Burnquist is skating that ramp, but he was psyched anyway.
He was psyched.
and
He
I'm
was
like,
psyched.
he kind of like be like, "You know what, that kid's is all right.
Yeah,
he's all
yeah.
right." And I was like, "Oh," and now it means even more to me.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, oh,
For sure.
Oh, that's
so
amazing.
that's
bro.
cool.
Wow.
But Max, I skated some vert, and we won that trip, and I got $800.
Perfect.
So every time I'm like, oh, can stay couple more month, like
I'm getting little.
It helps.
yeah.
Wow.
Anything
'Cause-
helps. Yeah.
I was supposed to stay 6 months. My visa ran out, and then I extended for a year, so the whole thing lasted a year.
I was just about to ask that because usually, so you did get a visa to stay 6 months, and what did you say? You extended it? Extended
yeah.
for a year. So you were out here for a year. I mean, what were your parents doing at this time? Were they like, were you faxing them?
They
what
get
it-
my postcards.
the
of me visiting
postcards?
San Francisco and San Diego.
Yeah.
Beautiful area.
Okay. Well, listen, at least there are kids out there doing what he loves to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's out in the, America.
In the big
With
world.
his,
Your parents never
But-
been to America, right?
No.
Before that?
Well, they not before, and it
Yeah.
was like this urban legend where people just get shot at each other and just like
yeah.
crazy. Like
Yeah, the envision.
Gangs.
it's so
I can't
psycho.
imagine like how scared she must have been, but that's why I didn't really say details. Like I was like, oh, good, like I'm skating, like,
right.
Yeah.
You're not,
like I'm sponsored.
you're not telling him you got homeless.
Yeah, no, I didn't tell the
stealing
story. I don't
their
even know if she
Walkman.
knows the story.
Right.
You saw the neighborhood watch sign. You're all scared.
Yeah.
God, it's so
Wow.
sketchy.
That's
Doing
so
Grey
funny.
Hunt stuff. Like
So that's how you got into the Planet Earth.
I got
era.
into Planet Earth door.
Yeah.
Got some money, like
Amazing.
getting $5 an hour, and I was still, but they took me on this tour, and funny enough, like, because I was a little scared of this nightclub thing, and waking up all early. I'm like, why am I up? Start thinking about what I'm gonna say on this show.
Yeah.
I'm like, can't sleep. And then I'm like, no, it's all good. It's chilling with Kelly or whatever. And I look at my phone. First thing that comes on, dun, 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 Jason Lee. I'm like, no, I'm on the show after Jason Lee.
Well, a few weeks after Jason Lee, but still,
Yeah, it's a tough
still.
one to follow, right?
Yeah.
But I was blown away by these stories, by the way.
That's great.
But funny enough, I was on the tour with Jason Lee at one point.
Oh, you were?
Wow.
I hear him talking about that Texas tour. I'm like, yeah, I was with them because we flew with the stereo guy, Pastorus and Devera, Salmon. I don't know, man. It was just, yeah. I was on that on that tour, and it's so crazy to hear Jason Lee stories about his version of how he'd see himself, and how other people saw themselves.
Right.
Like talking about the gun so much better. I'm like doing backside flip over that. I'm like, yeah, that contest, like the Houston contest.
Yeah, it's the Bird and Street.
And I'm like, Jason Lee, is one of the few people I get goosebump when I watch the part. It's just like him ollie up that curb, ollie manual 180 out
Yep,
with the
yep.
pants and the Enigma shoes or whatever
Oh,
they
yeah.
were.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like,
Blind video days.
it's funny because I watched it this morning again to see. I hadn't watched it for a long time, but it always gives me goosebumps, and that is the best. It's probably especially. It's one of the best video part of all time.
It's really
It
good.
just makes you want to skate. Like
Definitely.
the pushing. It's amazing. It's like a piece of art, you know. And,
Yeah.
Agreed.
and his perspective, like, oh, I'm not backside flip the pyramid. I'm like, wow, like that's why we don't know what people think in skating. And
Totally.
skating is for everyone, and
Yeah.
you're gonna be doing your thing. And
Mhm.
but it's hard too because you do feel like you have to perform and keep up with
Yeah.
the guys.
We're very hard on ourselves.
We are.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
are our own
Wait,
worst
like
critic.
he's
real.
also he was like comparing himself to what was going on in that time too. Like Costin coming around, switch training the
Ah.
pyramid, right?
Yeah.
And back then it was hard to just focus on what you were doing. Like you always compared yours to what
Well,
someone
I
else
think-
was
But I think
doing.
that's relatable
Yeah.
for every single
Yeah.
year. Like
We all got that. The
Yeah.
news guys,
100%.
Go on, you or whatever. Like they
Yeah.
take like this is out. You start spending more time watching, and like
Yeah.
the hot kids are jumping on this, and you don't
Yeah.
have camera time, and you're like, maybe I should get the camera. It's like,
Dude, I never.
It's
Well, I remember when we put Kenny Hoyle on Expedition. I was like, "Oh my god, this guy's nuts!"
Yeah.
And then Spencer Hamilton.
Spencer?
I was like, "All right, I'm done." I was like, kind of like the same feeling, right? You're
it's always like those new kids
Yeah,
that are
yeah.
like, maybe even a couple years younger than you.
Yeah.
Not even that much difference. They come around.
I just try to go skate with those kids because then it will make you bring, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not try to like get to their level, but yeah, try to like fucking
Yeah.
step up with them. You know what I mean?
It's also that energy too.
Walker too.
Skating
Spencer
with
versus
those- skating with
Walker
the
Ryan.
kids.
For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
For sure.
Walker back then.
Walker Ryan.
I mean, he's still
It was
killing
Spencer
it.
Walker. Galon. I mean, before that was Beeble. And then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was it's that perspective. It's weird to hear him saying that.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
dude, they just,
You had a whole.
goosebump.
We all had a whole different
Ken
perspective.
Milton, Ken
Yeah.
Milton's the other one that can actually see this song come up, and I'm like, oh my god, like it's
Totally.
like,
Dude.
I mean, all the other, there's so many parts amazing, but the one that I don't know, it's just it
Yeah,
does
you
it.
have
does
those
it.
ones that really
The
stand out,
song,
for sure.
like I mean,
sure.
yeah.
Style.
Yeah.
Everything,
Everything.
man. Everything. The whole package.
Definitely.
Hey, let's jump into Planet Earth, Rhythm, Expedition Days, because we got to talk about also the Transworld video too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ty Evans, Transworld video.
Motors.
We're in one of the biggest Transworld videos ever. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Not even just Transworld videos. That was like an epic video across the board. You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
yeah, that was a great video.
100%. So I take it because you were skating with those guys. You were getting in with you were working at the warehouse, for God's sakes, $5 an hour,
Yeah.
and skating at the same time. So I'm assuming they just eventually put you on.
Right.
Did you have to call Real?
Yeah.
Oh, who did you talk to over there?
Tebow.
You talked to Jim Tebow.
Mm-hmm.
And
You quit on Jim Tebow?
wow.
This is bad.
You were the worst. Just kidding.
I'm sure he understood.
kidding.
He's a
Well-
very nice guy.
Let me just do a little. Let's try to explain it as quick as I can.
Okay.
The one that we on that real tour, and then they're like, this is the first time I'm really like, well, I'm my new way street skater now because I've been training.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
practicing, so I was actually pretty good. But I skated a contest, and guess what? I blew. I didn't do my run. I just bunch of bell.
Gotcha.
And I did the vert contest, and I won the vert contest.
Oh.
So they're like, well, and I did a switch flip. It's a video. I did back threes, some stuff, and I do switch. I started doing flip tricks on the vert, which whatever I did switch flip in my run. But they were getting hyped on me,
Okay.
and that's where the ad came about because after that trip, they put that name on there. But there's a problem. We drove to San Luis Obispo. There was a contest there, and I skate this mini ramp, and I freaking break my foot.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Huh.
doing a switch backside heel flip on the ramp.
Oh,
on the
damn.
mirror ramp.
Good God.
And someone picks me up. I'm crying. Like he's like, "Oh, my foot!" Like,
Oh.
and that was like, kind of the end. There was all these things that happened,
Mhm.
and then it was like towards the end of my year stay, and I'm have to be shipped home with the
In a
broken
box.
foot. Whatever's left of me.
in a box. You're
Yeah.
gonna be shipped home.
So, but I was really mostly with the planner dudes,
Yeah.
and I was staying at the house, and then they're like, oh, I gotta go home, and I think I wasn't a cast anymore, but I was her, and then I couldn't
Mhm.
skate, and then it was just before my visa expired, and I was crying going
Okay.
home, and I thought I would not come back.
Mm.
Gotcha.
I was like, nah, I'm going to the apprenticeship. What you got? What
Yeah,
did you do?
I'm back.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
back.
No, but where's this career? And I'm like, or I don't know. My
Yeah.
parents, I don't know what they're gonna say.
Right.
Yeah.
And I went home for 3 months, and I wasn't sure what the heck. But I like the Jason King, even the Mark Wyndham's. Mark was still. He was on planet Earth. Ocean was on Birdhouse.
Yep.
He actually asked me. They started to be like, "Hey, you want to skate for Birdhouse?" And even on this girl trip, Tim Gavin asked me to write for chocolate.
Wow.
What?
Twice.
No way.
Yeah, we could have been teammates
Tim was,
again.
good. Tim was good at recruiting.
You what? Yeah.
I made the right decision.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, Tim. It was crazy too. I was on this planet. Oh no, but that was the year after. It was-
Okay.
Because then I was on this Planet. I was doing Planet Earth tour, and we were doing Planet Earth. At the time, it wasn't like team, like oh these guys stealing. It was very like we sponsor girl dudes on Planet Earth, and we had these
Mhm.
weird collab. Like we're just a skate family.
Yeah,
didn't do
we
for
would all
money.
just hang out with each other, like regardless of who you skated for.
Yeah. So Tim Gavin was on a Planet Earth tour with everyone in a van, and he's like, "Hey, want to skate for chocolate?"
Amazing.
Recruiting
Oh,
on
wow.
their tour.
Can you imagine?
On the tour.
Yeah, it was.
Mm, not
great.
surprised.
And I'm like,
great.
wait, what are you talking about? Like,
you know where you're at?
Yeah.
it was kind of like, I mean, I didn't resonate that gnarly because it was kind of okay to do that, but not like I'm wondering what the guys are.
He's so funny, so funny, dude.
Amazing. Amazing.
But no, to go back to that story, I went home. I went home for 3 months, and I was like, and I was in contact with the planner dude because I was working in the warehouse and lived with them. I skate with them. I was in their industry section, like
Sick.
skating, and they're like, "Gotta come back, man!" And Jason King was a really influential person. He would just persuade. He's like, "Come back! What are you gonna do? Like, when you skate?" And all in my ears, and I'm like, "Well, like, I don't know. Like, how would I get like back? Like, I don't have money. I don't know what. Like, is this? I have to redo it again? Like, you know?
Right.
But now I have my connection. Before I have no idea what.
Yeah.
I was going to
Be
the Lions
a lot
there.
easier. Yeah.
But then I was in contact with Jim, or with with people at Real, and
Mhm.
I just didn't even realize that was close. Maybe
Hmm.
I don't know if I would have got on, but that my name was on the ad. But then I
Yeah.
was hurt. I was broke, and I was.
A lot of
I don't know.
questions. Yeah. You don't know.
And then I kind of hinted that I wanted to go back and maybe can get a little help, and
Yeah.
without even being imposing myself.
Right.
And then it was just like no, like it wasn't like is that like no, I felt like oh, no, this is not gonna go farther than that.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
you date with a girl, you have
Yeah.
drinks, and
Friend
like, yeah, I'm
zoned.
gonna go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like that maybe, but maybe it wasn't. But I
Mhm.
did feel like it wasn't gonna happen, and have the other guys tell me like, come on, like we'll get you. I think they asked me to be on the team when I was on the phone. It's
Okay.
like, no, you get on Planet Earth.
Wow.
We want you. You're gonna be on tour with us. You're gonna do the ads in the magazine. Like,
Right. It got presented a little bit different.
Right.
yeah. So, and it was my family. I mean, my close friends.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Real was like, no, but that's my favorite skate company.
Yeah.
Like that's all I've been programmed to be like a real. I'm on Real is the best. Like
Yeah.
all these guys are the best. San Francisco, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco, never ran, whatever. No, I'm just kidding.
I get you.
But yeah, so I was like, it's like just just tell them like you leave and you go on planet Earth. And I'm like, all right, like, but that phone call was, I think I cried on the phone too. Maybe, I'm like, Jip,
Yeah.
I spoke English, but not that good.
Okay.
And I had to tell them that I was gonna ride for planet Earth. And yeah, there was.
I'm
That
sure
was
he
it.
How was his?
How long-
How did he answer? What did he say? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
No.
Jim was like,
but-
who is this?
Yeah, maybe it was maybe
Some guy
You know.
Channy just
Yeah.
called.
the dude from the Swiss Cup.
Oh, wait, the Swiss Cup champ?
No, but I don't know. But of course, it wasn't a big loss to them.
Okay, yeah.
But to me, it was a really difficult.
Ah,
thing to do.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I've
You
had
know?
to do that a couple times. It's not the easiest thing to do.
No,
for sure.
yeah. But at least you
Tough.
did it.
I did.
You know?
Yeah.
And then now you were. So did the Planet
now-
Earth guys fly you back?
Honestly, I can't remember.
Okay. But you got back. But you
But
got
I
back.
got back
You got
3
back
months
to the
later,
States.
yeah.
And then you started
Round
skating with
2.
them. Round 2. A little easier this time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least I knew I was gonna stay, and
You had a family here now.
yeah,
Yeah.
Is that
And
when
then-
they were filming for a hiatus?
yeah. To
Dude.
film, we went on tour, went around got Perdine, got like, yeah,
So
we were
sick.
just traveling, filming a hiatus with a bunch of people.
Amazing.
So
Was
it's
it-
so fun?
That was like your first kind of major video part. What wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good part.
I mean, that was my first video part from like I had one little like vert part from a Swiss company.
Mm.
you had a
was
little
skating
bit
vert
of
when I was
yeah.
13 and 14. It was like a Swiss clothing company called DSO.
Okay.
DSE.
DSE.
Mm.
And I had we had a camera. It was so hard to film. We don't have like VHS stuff. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's sad.
So
Big ass tapes.
when you're filming for that video and then it finally did you I mean you obviously you understood what you're filming for video, like this is crazy. I mean now I'm here with all these guys. I'm doing it.
Yeah. Well, they were
Maybe not the way that you envisioned it when you came here the first time, because you were a vert skater, but now you've transformed into this like prolific street skater.
Yeah, not only you had the last part. It wasn't like you just had a part in the video. You had the best part. You and Richard arguably had the best parts. in the
Richard
video.
Angelides.
Yeah, you and Richard always. It's funny, like knowing you now, but you and Richard always were together, and I don't even know if you guys.
Did you guys know each other?
Like-
no. I thought you were standing right here too, and you're way over there.
Yeah, see, it's all
No,
different.
I'm just kidding. Of course, Richard's the homie. Like,
Yeah.
we're together a lot,
Mhm.
and in the early days, and then he kind of veered his way like for a long time. But he was, it was amazing. Like he was my
He's a great
together.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Shout
were
out.
all the whole
Super
clique.
fun.
We were there. Like I mean, we all lived together.
Right.
With a bunch of people in these Cardiff by the Sea apartments, and
Right next to the park.
and
Next to the park.
next to OMC. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's a
But
lot
it-
of people that lived in that complex, huh?
yeah.
At that
The
time.
Papas brothers. And
Yeah.
Oh.
Jose
Lita Pond.
Jose Gomez.
Matt Schnurr and
Matt
Felix live
Schnurr,
together?
yeah, of course.
Right? At that time.
Amazing.
Yeah, Felix
that's-
came a little bit after.
Okay.
Met
Okay.
Felix, and Felix was really like, I mean, he was motivating. Like,
Definitely.
Felix is the man.
He's
So
the
did
man.
you get after that video came out? I'm sure now everybody knows who you are.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, did you turn
Straight
pro
up,
off that
though.
part? Didn't you, or were you pro at that time?
No, I think I turned pro right after that.
Right after.
Also had the cover Transworld, which was
That's a big deal.
that was a big deal, and I almost never shot a photo once with Grant, and it was so sketchy, like because I'm like so intimidated. I'm like, oh, I want to do a photo with you, like how good? I'm like, do you think about something good? And I'm like, what? And then he breaks it down and wants to cover, and I'm like, have a heart attack.
What
I
was
like
it?
couldn't skate. It
What was the photo? What was the photo?
was a switch hill over like a double set
Oh.
with little child carrier thing, like switch hill flip. It was so
Was it a
dumb.
Like a stroller?
It was it was a stroller or not a stroller, little
basket?
car, like a three-wheeler of a kid.
Ah.
Oh,
to
like a
make
big
it more
wheel.
interesting.
Little
Like a big
wheel.
wheel or something.
And I wasn't honestly, I didn't even know what I was really good at the time. Like I didn't jump downstairs. Looking back at it, I wasn't good at jumping downstairs, and And I remember I was like, don't tell anyone. And I talked to Riff because he was filming, or I don't know why. I just like, don't let the guys know. Because Grant told me, I want to keep it low. Like, this might not happen or whatever, but
Right.
he's thinking of a big shot here.
Okay. Wow.
So I went to this double set, and I realized I sucked at switch heels on the doubles. Now I learned them later, but it was a struggle.
Did you land
But
the trick?
The thing wasn't even like that good. That's why we put the thing. But I wish I
okay.
picked a million because it's my only Trento cover, and I'm like, well, I could have picked from all this.
Yeah.
So it was a cover. It was decent. like-
Amazing.
but it was amazing that was on it. And then when we were on the Planet Earth tour, like that came out and it was just tripping.
Wow.
They're like, "Wow, you got a cover!" And I was like, "It's already out." I was like, "No way."
Damn.
So that was cool. That was what after that video and
Yeah.
the cover and a few things I had
For sure.
4-on-1s or
Yeah.
something.
It's putting you on the map.
You had arrived then. I think that's when people started recognizing and
And you
Right.
had like
paying attention.
4-in-1 openers and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude.
You would pop in there, like front nose, the gap to ledge.
Yeah,
I was like,
but
"Holy-"
I was pro there, I think, because I was my Swiss board. Remember my first?
Oh,
board,
yeah,
like
yeah.
the Swiss board from no slide.
Damn.
Okay.
You had a few 4-in-1 openers. Front
Front
crook.
crook and the channel rail.
Yeah, that rail was. I never skated that rail, but that rail looked amazing.
Which
was
rail's
amazing.
that?
The straight out rail in Chinatown.
Carson
Ah,
Oh,
yeah,
the
yeah,
the
yeah.
flat one.
Yeah.
Shit was super dope.
Okay.
You skated that back then?
I never skated it, but I've seen what didn't guys switch crook that thing?
Damn.
I'm sure he
Switchback
did.
tail show.
Switchback
Oh no,
tail.
what am I? I'm tripping. What the
I
heck?
think he did switch crook on that. I'm
He
not could be
did.
wrong.
I'm sure he did switch crook.
Yeah,
Costin.
Switch quick.
Costin
Switch Smith.
switch Smith, switch
Yeah,
tail.
Switch
yeah,
lip.
Yep.
Right.
He did.
Felix back lip.
Okay.
Oh.
Give him some credit,
Mm-hmm.
my man.
Damn.
But that's awesome, man. So I didn't. You turned pro
And
at like,
I had a 50-50 on the double that double king too, a opener. You don't remember that one?
How dare you?
That Jamie
Kelly.
Thomas rail. He did it.
Oh
and,
yeah, you guys. Kane board slid it, and you guys,
Yeah.
and then you both 50-50 with it. You
Yeah.
and Jamie Thomas. That's right. That's in Laguna Hills. That's where I'm from. I was
Yeah.
the Taj Mahal rail.
No,
There it
Look
is.
at you, 50-15 rails with Jamie Thomas, huh?
he took me out. He knew I did it too. At
Oh,
the
yeah?
time.
He knew you did it.
He's
It's like I'm doing that. I don't give a fuck.
yeah.
That was like a legitimately like perfect double kink rail though. Like
Yeah.
it was kind of gnarly, but like it looked like if you were a rail skater, that would be a good rail because it was like long and mellow.
It's
But
still
cane
there?
board slid. I always think 50 is way easier than board slide down double kings.
Yeah, no, board side of that is insane.
And same, that's another story.
Jeez.
When Kenny Anderson board slid that rail that I won, Genesis,
Uh-huh.
like freaking board slide.
Yeah.
Wait,
was
wait.
crazy
The one you
Kenny
ate
did
shit
that.
on,
Yeah,
dude. You got bodied on that. That was-
the flip.
I laugh at that fall. It was so.
Oh my
You're
god.
hearing your voice, we're like, oh, oh, just like, oh, the
that's
old
gnarly.
rat, dude.
It was but I didn't get hurt. So bizarre. I just fell down
Just
the
jump
stairs
right
and
up.
I tried one more another tester and I did it like 2 tries after. I was like, okay, no, I'm not falling like this anymore. Make it.
Wow.
Wait, Kenny
bad.
boards on that rail?
Yeah, Kenny.
What was that in?
Planet Earth video, silver, I think.
Oh,
Maybe.
silver.
Silver.
I never really saw. I saw it once, but I don't remember it. Caesar seeing how to part.
Of course.
Yeah, but I was
tricks on the chain to bank or something.
Oh, yeah.
That
Switch
shit's
front.
fucked up.
What's that? Switch front heel.
switch front heel into that.
Front
I think
side
I only
heel?
saw a video one time.
Caesar Singh was the truth. He was super sick.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, buttery style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So silver. And when did Rhythm come? What year is this, by the way? 90.
So the tours, I'm 93, 94, 90, I think
95,
96?
95, and then 96 Rhythm. The idea of
Rhythm.
Rhythm took shape.
Okay.
So I was not pro on Planet Earth. I was just a warehouse worker. And
Oh,
I
you
was
never
on
had a
pro.
board on them?
No.
Oh, you got a board on Rhythm.
Felix started the company, and then all of a sudden it's like he started saying rhythm. We're like, what is rhythm? Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? And then he's like, starting a new company, and I was like, well, who's the pros? And he's like, you're on Richard. I'm like,
He
wait,
straight up
what?
told you guys.
Okay.
Straight up told you guys.
I mean, we were the first pros,
right.
So sick.
and
Wow.
so he started this thing, and
Okay.
so we migrate.
Went over.
That company was super sick, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an
Yeah,
awesome
that was
company.
amazing.
The video that came out. What was that video?
Genesis.
Genesis.
Genesis, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was Ty's first video, right? Was that Ty Evans' first like big video?
I
It
think
was his
so.
first video, yeah. But he liked to. He hate that video hiatus. He worked for that, on that.
Oh, okay.
on
yeah,
that
yeah.
with some
Oh,
caveman computers, and they were getting all frustrated. So he was trying to edit, and he's like, "Don't bring that video up." Like,
Yeah.
okay. You don't like it?
it wasn't his thing at
Got
all.
you.
He just got tossed into like try to piece stuff together, or
Right. It
But he
happens.
filmed. I mean, yeah, he was editing it.
Yeah.
Chris Miller was all into the new like tech stuff
Okay.
for
Oh.
video editing. He was one of the first one to work with computer because everybody's still on the tapes, like
Right.
doing
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing, and I don't know. I mean,
Right.
I'm not a video guy, but it was a nightmare for him. And he's like, no, that video, like I don't have credit on that. So
So,
we worked a little bit with that video.
so you worked with him on hiatus. That's where you met Ty?
No, I actually met Ty on the first trip.
Oh, on the first trip.
When we went
okay.
to Powell.
Mm.
When we went to the Ollie Skate House with Jeff Taylor, we met up with Ty. Went to his parents' house, and he was still skating for Powell.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't remember when he moved down there, but we lived together. We lived together. We're talking about this the other day, but I can't remember what the first house. So we stayed with some of us, and then we ended up getting it. We had two houses together, two different houses.
Okay.
But I can't remember what time frame it was.
Okay.
But it was, of course, in the rhythm days and some of the Transworld days.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I've met him before he even like really started filming.
Amazing.
Oh,
Vert,
he-
he's skated Vert too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we skated the Y all the time, I was
Yeah.
like, we moved next to the Y, so it was like when people were in town, I was like, oh, let's skate the ramp, like.
Right.
So I wasn't like, oh, I'm not. Any opportunity I get to skate vert, I would take it.
Right.
Just got to pick and choose. But then most of my friends, most of the riders, we always skate street, so
Yeah.
I kind of veer off to be on that.
How?
And I think I turned pro for being a street skater.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't know I skated vert. Even back home, they're like, I didn't know you skated vert. Well, you even said that the other day.
I knew because I saw you random clips skating, and I was like, this guy you draw, and you kind of touched on earlier, like this guy can skate vert too, and not just do tricks. You were doing like good shit, but I don't know. You were the
Yeah,
first
fucking
person.
Switch fit fakies in like in fucking 92, 93. It's like that nobody was doing. And not too many people were doing that shit.
Nah. And then especially just skating street that well
Totally.
and doing that. This wasn't really a thing.
Kind of the first person that that was on my rate was like a Danny Way or something.
Yeah, Colin.
yeah, yeah,
Danny
yeah.
and Colin. Yeah.
But Shani was actually like really more progressive in the street zone.
Right.
Does that make you know what I mean? Like not that Danny and Colin weren't, but you were doing like I mean those dudes were gnarly too.
Well, actually, to
No,
come,
I disagree with that, but thank you.
No, I'm talking about later on because back before then they were super gnarly
Right.
at the street. I don't know.
Yeah, I
maybe
see
edit
what
that
you
part
mean.
out. I don't know.
it's funny to think about
Yeah.
because like it's funny to think about because like when I first heard of Steve Caballero, like I saw him as a street skater.
Oh wow.
Well, I mean, look at the
Crazy.
when I started in '91, so he
Yeah.
had gone over to street cab.
Everybody moved
Right.
to street.
When-
like,
yeah.
all the vert dudes tried to hang in the streets.
Because Vert
Mike
was
Crum,
dead.
it was
Yeah.
like street
Yeah.
parts
Yeah.
and stuff. Like, not.
So I didn't even
popping
know we
anything.
cab
Kidding.
skated vert until it took me a while to do the homework and stuff.
Well, you know what's interesting about this and the Jason Lee interview and the video parts, skating was it wasn't that crazy to skate both too because we skate. You see tricks of Jason Lee doing back ollie tail like this so
Mark Gonzalez.
amazing. Mark Gonzalez.
Yep.
Mark Gonzalez. I have videos of him in Europe like doing like at this contest demo like in Paris.
Yeah.
That's one of the first thing I've seen on TV too. Like we were striving to get this information. We had this
Right.
tape ready to go, and as soon as my mom would scream, "Skate on TV!" or it was ready to go, and we'll record it. And we study it. And the tape started by be few clipped to be like 2 hours long. When it was like taping snowboarding and everything that has to do. We want to get that information. There was almost no. We called it the golden tape. My brother was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, there it is, skate!" And we filmed that contest.
Amazing.
I mean, we recorded that contest, and Mark was doing his thing. I have him doing like 3 frontside bonuses over the sickest thing, these eggplants and front invert. The guy was the
Yeah.
most amazing street skater ever. Like you look at this stuff that he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
They all have vert stuff in it, so it
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
like I'm like doing. I'm like, well, I always throw some vert stuff. I'm like, well, I'm vert skater. I need to throw a little bit. Like
For sure.
so it wasn't that crazy. And Danny and Colin was like of course, I was like watching these guys skate in
Yeah.
virtual reality
For sure.
and
Mhm.
Questionable.
questionable.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
and everybody kind of did skate vert. So people
Yeah.
like you skate vert, but I don't know.
It was like-
it was the thing.
Right.
My view on it, because like I said, I started in '91, so Blind Video Days was my first video, and like Jason Lee talking about that, how you skated Christian Soy's ramp. But to me, it was more of like they dabbled in it. You know, it wasn't like the focus of their video. It wasn't like
yeah.
All right.
it was. It was mainly street with a few little vert things.
Yeah, let me show you a couple things I got.
Show
on
me,
here.
yeah. It wasn't like,
Yeah,
oh,
but-
this guy's a
but-
vert. Like I
but-
didn't equate that.
Mark, he has some of the best inverts and style
Mm.
invert skating. I never seen anything like
Oh, he
this
looks so
before.
comfortable, bro.
The
It looks
front
like he's meant to
invert
do
like
that.
this and the eggplant. He does an eggplant in that video. He's so stall. He just he falls on the other side and picks up his board and he's doing double with Lee Ralph and doing like he was just look like
He looked good doing whatever.
I never
Yeah.
seen like these inverts or these freaking stillfish like this. It's still I'm still waiting. No, I'm
Yeah.
sure there is now. The people are amazing. This kid.
Oh my
that
God.
stuff. But with that style, and that I don't know. It's the best.
Yeah.
Like the best of that kind. Right?
Damn.
I mean, yeah, he's not gonna do fives and do an X game line,
But he looks dope as fuck.
But-
Whatever he's doing.
Yep.
the best.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. When did I'm trying to think because I'm so bad with dates and time frames and everything. When did Modus come out? Modus Operandi.
2000?
That was in 2000.
2001.
I was a
no.
Was that
99?
That was
I was a freshman in high school.
okay. Was that?
Oh, I don't know, something like that.
And forgive me for not knowing this, but is this
I believe it was 2000.
2000? Is this Expedition or Rhythm still?
Expedition.
This
Yeah.
is now Expedition days.
Yeah.
So you turned pro on Rhythm, and then that must have been a big deal to go pro. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Probably sent a few boards back
you
back
talk
home.
about pizza.
Little bit.
Me and Richard were so happy because we're like, dude, we get a check. Like we used to. I mean, I used to work to get that pizza. No, there's a pizza joint, and it was like, dude, we can eat Hungry Hours every day if we want to. Like, it's amazing.
It's game
You know?
changer.
Oh, because
It was a game
AMs weren't getting
changer.
paid back then, huh?
No,
Yeah.
but we
Depends what company.
little photo incentive.
Probably.
And but no, I was still. I think I was still working. I don't think. No, I never got a check from being an AM beside the photo incentive. I think I got a little
Or
money
per
for the
diem
cover,
and stuff like that.
per diem. So
Yeah.
the longest we were on the tours, the better it was for
Yeah,
us.
for
You
sure.
get that bigger to be.
Never ending tour. Can you imagine?
Because you know
doing
you're
this?
still trying to go home with money in your pocket from the per diem.
You know.
No doubt.
So what? So Rhythm. Did you get on Expedition because of when Rhythm went out of business, or did you move
No.
over?
Rhythm didn't go out of
Before.
business at that point, did it?
No.
It kept going, and then
So it kept going, and
then you guys left.
So you left while Rhythm was still going.
Right.
Okay. Why did you just get offered from Expedition?
That was. I mean, that was.
That
was a
it
tough
goes.
one.
Yeah.
Here it
No, I
goes.
mean there was an opportunity to start a company, and,
Yeah,
and
okay.
it's so in skating, like how long is this last for or whatever. Like Jason Lee talks about this too. When you're 25, it was so old. Like it's just a little thing that we do.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't think at 30 you can still skate 40, 50.
Yeah, no doubt.
So we were like, there was a opportunity to present himself with Alf and Lambert and Richard, and I saw Planet Earth having some troubles. There was like a lot of moving around with some of my friends, and I was like, oh, we're kind of falling. It wasn't enough to be like, because it's the last thing I want to do is quit and
Sure.
Planet Earth. Like Felix was the great. I owe so much to Felix's work and taking her ass off to skate and showing up all the spot and the video and Jose and Chris Miller, like, and it was just so like that. I mean, quitting Yeshiva was bad, but this one still hurts to this day. I'm
Sure.
like, I don't tell this guy, but I was hurt by that.
Right.
it was sad, but at the same time, I was so confused because they're like, okay, so it's a career move. Like, this is good. This is what people do. Like, Chris Mills started his company. This is the next move. Like, you got to set yourself up. If not, you're just gonna be a skater that's just gonna go away or something.
Work in the warehouse again or something.
I don't know. I mean,
Whatever,
I wasn't
right?
really stressing on that because I was like, everything was so great.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe it's my Swiss bringing or something.
Yeah.
I just got to figure some.
No, but I think that's
I never figure out anything.
No,
in my
but,
life, but
but that's a path that a lot of skaters, you know, it's
Yeah.
like you go here, but you start learning about the industry and what makes it tick, and you know, you think about making your own company, whether it be wheels or whatever, you know.
and at the same time, again, it was still on that tip that people were friends.
Yeah.
You know, like like we can skate, we're different. So I was like, it won't be that bad. But when I did it, I realized it was just like a breakup. You know, I was like, oh, and then that was. it
was tough.
and it was tough, you know, and I didn't feel very comfortable. Like I felt like I was away from home. Even I loved. It was cool. I mean, we had a thing. There was like stuff that I was like, dude, it's amazing, but like I didn't feel that great. And then a lot of things were supposed to go this way and it didn't go this way. And then all of a sudden I'm like, we're not making any money. Like, there was no check. There was nothing. Funny enough, Gavin asked me again to write for
Oh,
write for
shit.
Chuck. And I was like, I'm not doing this. Like, I can't just quit. Like, I couldn't do that. I was like, this is the whole thing. Like, I'm over
This
quitting.
is
like, this is something I never wanted to do.
quitting Expedition.
Expedition.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, I'm gonna tough it out. And we like,
Right.
we're just gonna write this off.
Yeah.
And yeah, so there it was. We just
Made the
had a
leap.
6-page ad, and we're
That was gnarly.
Yeah.
I remember
that.
that. All the smoke.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, damn, these guys.
It's like they're here.
Yeah.
They're here.
Expedition.
Expedition's
I thought it was a weed brand.
6-pager.
That must have been a lot of money back then, dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, I to not to say that, it was actually, there was a cool thing about it. Now, like I said, we were like, oh, we're gonna do this and blah blah blah.
Big impact.
It wasn't all like, oh no, but I was like, man, I quit. Like, then I felt weird hanging out with them because I'm like, I always felt like I'm sad. Like, I would see Felix and I'm like, or Jeff or these guys, you know, Chris Miller. I'm like, oh, dude, I don't feel good.
It sucks because you live in the same area. Like,
Yeah, and then
you're
we
just
kind
like-
of. I mean, the thing that was really cool is I skated for Converse, and then Felix got on, and I was like, we got this a little bit back, but it was always
Right.
like, what's up? Like, you know, I'm pulling Expedition board, and I know he was hurt by, you know, he told me like things, and I'm like, fuck, it was a little tough,
Yeah,
like
for
sometimes,
sure.
but at least I'm like, well, I got a Converse, got shoes. I feel like part of me, I was the first one on Converse. We got this team. We got Kenny Anderson on. Like,
Yeah.
we
How
got,
did you
like,
get hooked up by Converse?
Roger?
It was all me, guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
Raj, were you
Old Team M.
Hey,
What-
but were you TM?
No, so
After?
it's funny because I was living downtown Boston, and I was really good friends with Jerry Fowler, and Jerry was obviously really good friends with Jeff Taylor, and I believe a few of you guys came out earlier in the summer or something like that, and met Felix through Jerry, and just they basically told me like, hey, like. Shanny's gonna meet over at Converse, whatever. We're gonna go. We're gonna try to all get on, pretty much. Yeah. And basically, they slid me
That's
in.
amazing.
Like, we need a team manager, and they basically chose me to be the TM.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that.
So you guys kind of all
So with
Descended
that
upon
Converse,
Converse.
Felix had a plan.
yeah, I know Felix had a plan, but that was.
But you were initially the
I
first
was
person.
the first one, and I got on this guy Tim. He used to be TM for Airwalk. I skated for Airwalk back then, and then Duff's.
Oh yeah, that's
Duff-
right.
Yeah, the cream shoes are the best.
Casey
Oh
K.
yeah.
Casey K's. And but then he asked. I think Duff was going out. I forgot what
Okay.
That was
all
short lived
stuff
for
was.
sure.
But this guy Tim's like, yeah, we're doing this thing with Converse. We want you on, and that's how I got on.
Huh.
And then, yeah, like I was happy to be like, come on in, guys.
Right,
Like, they're like,
right.
at least like but I mean, well deserved. It's freaking.
You're trying to make up for the.
Yeah.
For the
So
Yeah.
I was like, cool. We can hang out together again
Yeah.
and doing tours around the world and
Love
go to
that.
Costa Rica together and skate demos with soccer
Do you remember
gold hanging out and doing stillfish
amazing.
of it.
Shanny? Remember the bodyguard we had in Costa Rica?
Oh yeah, Andrew the Giant.
He was
Oh, he had a-
huge.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
guys had
he
a
was
bodyguard.
gnarly. He carried all the
Two
boards in
people.
one hand. He's like 3 boards.
Oh my god.
He looked like Andre the Giant, like, and it had like this jeans jacket. It was like,
Amazing.
it was like, what is this?
wow.
Remember he met up. Roger met up at in front of the hotel. And we're like, what is this guy?
Dude, we
Like,
thought we were gonna get jumped.
yeah, I was like,
Oh,
and he's
wow.
like, I forgot what he said, but he gave us a handshake, and his hands like 3 times as big as mine. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Damn,
But
dude.
he was like he looked like Andre the Giant,
Yeah,
like
he was a
with
gentle
the curly
giant.
hair, like super nice.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, at least you guys were back. At least you got the band back
The
together.
band back was,
Yeah.
was
That's cool.
that was a
made me
good
feel
team, dude.
Yeah.
That's a good team.
For sure.
Solid.
And Jerry, I forgot
Jerry
about him.
Fowler.
Dude, Jerry Fowler's
Yeah.
sick.
Stefan.
So rad.
Yeah.
Man.
But how?
Super.
Oh, yeah, you guys had
Super-
yeah,
Super
yeah,
was
yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of people flowing around.
Amazing. Amazing.
Where
Will,
did the?
Will Armand? was
Oh, Will
on.
Harmon. That's right.
I mean, there was
We
even
hooked all
like
the
the
boys up.
Galan and PJs where
Oh, Galan
PJ Ladd,
definitely.
they were all like they were all getting hooked up.
Amazing.
There's footage. Galan has footage. I think he has footage in my shoes and PJ too or something.
Raj,
don't-
Raj probably
No.
sending him boxes.
Yeah,
huh?
you sent me.
Yeah,
I
don't
started
rem-
giving PJ shoes, and then I left, and then Matt Bagley took the position. I think that's when he started giving Ryan shoes.
Was that
Wait, Matt Bagley?
Yeah.
Roger quit, and then we're like, "Hey, we got
Some other
a new
dude last
TM,
name.
Matt Bagley." He's like, "Wait, his brother?"
Yeah.
Wow.
It was just Roger using another voice.
Yeah. Wait, how did this?
Different email
Multiple
signature.
personalities.
That first shoe you had was super sick. Like what? The,
yeah,
I don't. But like the second one was the helium one, right?
yeah.
How did a helium shoe come around?
They just flew it around.
Floated onto the desk.
Converse is dying to like push like shoe technology further and further, like trying to compete against Nike the entire time.
When all you guys probably just wanted a basic skate shoe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it wasn't. Well, they were Nike was the air, so they're like, "Well, we're gonna beat that
We're gonna
with
be
the
the helium."
alien, like
Oh,
lighter, like that was the thing." So they had some technology set up.
Helium light.
I liked so we had this meeting in Converse and we dissect all these shoes and be like, oh, this is good, this is not good, this is blah blah blah, and then we'd go through some shoe design, like, oh, I like the fade and I like this, and I didn't design the helium shoes, but I would getting input what I like, and I like the kind of aesthetic of the sport shoe like things. I did do some drawings for my first shoe.
That shoe was sick. I mean, I like
Yeah.
both the shoes to be honest,
I
but the
still
first shoe was
have.
really good.
Yeah, I love the first shoe.
First shoe stood out a lot and was like a simple but looked really dope at
Yeah.
the same time.
But that's the kind of design I remember showing that design, and this guy Mark Loverin, I just told Roger that the other day because like they did. What
He was an
the
incredible
shoes?
designer.
What they're making shoes that can go in
Eco.
water, the eco shoes.
Oh, wow.
They were just in water and they just drain, like the water would drain super fast.
Yeah, your
and
shoe would
then-
dry like dumb fast.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was like this crazy, like kind of high tech design. So I had like my more like a medium like Converse, kind of like a basic Converse with a like a thicker sole, and then he put these like the ears on it. That was kind of the eco shoe design, right, Roger?
Yeah, just to give
It
your
was-
ankle stability.
Yeah, I don't think about that.
Or like prevent you from getting shark bite on your ankles.
I don't think. Yeah, I mean, it was a protective stuff, but it was more of that eco shoe design that he
Okay.
threw extras on there.
Yeah, a lot
And
of
then,
mesh.
But yeah, the mesh was sick. I think we probably saw the mesh from the design, so they were listening. You know, they come in with these big bags of like 50 shoes, and we're like, this is whack. This is good.
Okay.
I like this part of this design, and they were just like, all like taking notes.
Yep.
And then I mean, first they came out with the CS1s, the original like Converse things, and then but yeah, they came out with the Shanny one.
Shady
Yeah,
ones.
the Shanny one.
There you go,
Accomplishment,
baby.
bro.
I just remember the Shanny or your ad for the helium shoes just floating away with the shoe.
Yeah,
That was so sick, dude.
we did the commercial, and it's actually Felix is flying a
Oh, really?
Felix?
In a commercial, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I freaking slammed on this rail. I broke my ribs, and I was all messed up. And it was the day. Talking about the
Shoot, man.
the Transworld video,
Right.
Modus. That was my last trick, and I couldn't get back from that.
Oh
Tried
yeah,
to
because
fakey 50 this rail, and I locked my back up, and I was just like, I'm done. Like, and it was during the commercial shoot, so I went out. In that commercial shoot, I quickly went off this loading dock into a thing or something, and they showed like the thing, and then I
Okay.
was supposed to just. I mean, it was done. I did the trick. Then I was like, I got to go film with Ty. So I go another session. Ty's around the corner, and I'm doing. I don't know if you remember. I board slid. The first trick. I board slid the rail. Okay, good. And I tried fakey 50, and the thing was like, it's too small. I kind of like to get on higher stuff because it's scary when it's low and you miss, you
Yeah.
fall. So I just.
Yeah.
But I was getting somewhere. I was almost
That's a
doing the thing.
sketchy trick.
And then
to
sure
do.
enough, that one time, because you have to be tender to pop, and then I do the thing, and I'm like, wrapped up on the rail. And then I was like, well, we have to shoot the part where you're floating away. I was like, I can't move.
Oh,
I couldn't
no.
lift. And maybe it was the next day. I don't know, but I don't know.
Damn.
Felix took.
So he
Felix
had to
was
take that.
my
Wow.
Stand
my
in or stunt double.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Put my
Randomly,
pants on and-
the fakey 50-50 you did at the LA City College. That stood out a lot. You guys remember that that out rail there?
Yep.
He fakey 50-50 that going like
Such a bizarre trick.
yeah. I was like,
It's
that's
such a
gnarly.
bizarre trick.
Hell yeah.
So you tried bringing it to that rail that you board slid and then you got
I
smoked.
don't know. I mean, that one was better anyway. I don't know why I tried that.
Uh,
No, but it was longer. It could have looked dope.
Yeah.
And you said
Especially-
that was the end of the Transworld video filming for it.
Yeah. I
when you
didn't
got
film
smoked.
I got smoked.
That
and
was it.
done.
Because Transworld videos, I mean, at that time too, was it like 8 months to film or something? They were
No,
pretty-
it was way shorter. It was like
Way shorter.
It was maybe a month of editing, 4 months.
Wow.
Okay,
So it was
That's
the
tough.
last time they did that.
got
And
you.
so I mean, I was a little tough. I liked the amazing video, but I didn't finish.
The way
You
you
did.
I
like
had
that.
the Bebo and Ty was like, we're gonna turn to expedition type of things.
Mm.
Because I got hurt twice, I fell on that. I don't know if you remember the back. Like I fucked up on my back. I fell like super hard on this. Like I was trying to quick pop out on this rail in the slam session.
Oh
with
yeah.
the Converse shoes flipping,
Oh no!
and my back swelled up. I had a huge bump. Was that one? Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the credits, I think.
And
got
but I got
smoked.
smoked twice, and I was in a weird like mood that was just like I was I was going pretty hard, and I'm doing another video, and I'm skating with Carol and these Mark Johnson, and I'm
yeah.
like I was kind of like, oh, these are my heroes. Like it was kind of like I should be watching, so I was
Right.
and then I get smoked. Like I never really got smoked like that before.
Damn.
And so I kind of like it was taking me a little bit to just get back, and then it was short.
So you didn't like the part? I mean, maybe you didn't. Did you like the part, or you? Because it sounds to me like you didn't finish your part.
No, I didn't like the part.
You didn't
I
like it.
love the
No,
part,
I think
dude.
the part was amazing. I don't want to say that. I'm so blessed. I was so. It's
No,
amazing.
no,
to
but
be
we could
part of
say that
video.
though because it's us, and we filmed like there's video parts I don't like, that I've been
No, I
no
like
offense
it.
to
It
anybody
started
that
really
produced
good.
it.
Like I had good
Yeah.
tricks, but then I had like plans. Like I didn't on that.
You
Like
didn't finish it.
you see when I did over crook on that out rail, and then I was messing up. I was want to do nollie back nose blunt down rails. I was. It says in the section 2, you see me doing nollie over crook, but that was a mess up. I was doing nollie nose blunt.
Oh, you're
And-
trying nose blunt.
Yeah, nollie back nose blunt. That was what I wanted to do.
Gotcha.
And we keep getting kicked out of the thing or whatever. It was
El Dorado
rough,
rail. Yeah.
But then I tripped out because I locked in perfect nollie over crook, and I was like, try this instead. Like I was both of them was good, and my mind was going crazy. The next thing you know, we get kicked out, and
oh man.
then I'm hurt, and then I was actually doing. I want to do a 5 for. I had Leo Vert, and I was filming with John, and I was like, I got to do 540 for this part, and then I was spin. I mean, it was not that hard to spin him. I still had him, but the commitment was a little bit like, I still got this, like.
Right.
Like, I'd love to see that footage, but
that's
I wanted
cool.
to. I wanted to do like I didn't finish it, and obviously
I feel you.
I let Brandon finish it. He
Dude, that
the
was
upcoming
big for
kid.
Beeble, dude.
That was.
Yeah.
That was like, holy shit, this guy is here right now. This is the new kid. Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
really dope part.
But what a great video.
All of
But
it.
be in,
but the
bro.
video, like I won't say
incredible.
I'm not complaining either because
No, no,
I'm
why
like,
we don't think you're complaining.
I'm in there, but in my head I'm like, yeah, it's love and hate.
Listen,
with that one.
We're our
because-
own worst critics. We want the best that we could do. So these video deadlines pop up on us, injuries. There's nothing
Can't
much you
even
could
help
do.
it, no doubt.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like my transroll part. I got hurt.
yeah.
And that's no offense to John Holland or
No.
anybody. It's just me, you know.
Same. I didn't like my right part.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because I wanted a full part, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to get that. you know?
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
always that little like thing in the back. Fuck, I should have. I was.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But every time, dude.
Yeah.
That rhythm partel wasn't done. I had like a bunch of tricks.
Mm-hmm.
what the Genesis?
Yeah.
That part was insane.
Not to Shanny.
I was like, holy shit, that was
definitely-
wild.
It was probably like the best. I mean, I didn't have that many parts. It's like the rest was always diluted and things. And after that, I got weird. But of course, that was like the most complete. I just missing. Like, it was a couple of tricks. Like I remember Nolly Hill flip at Woodward. No, Lockwood.
Woodward. I don't remember any Woodward clips
I
in
was
there.
just like, I almost did the table, Street Nolly Hill, and then I was like, oh, I want to get the, you know, there's things, you
There's
know.
one of the things you want to get, yeah.
It was, I mean, so many things in my life.
Off the ground or off the little bump?
Off the
bump.
I mean,
Yeah.
Under the under.
Yeah.
thing? Okay.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
And
it.
I didn't have
Yeah.
clips, so I don't think
That
I
was
had
barely
clip
a
there,
bump.
so it would've
Yeah,
been
that would have
cool.
been dope. Fuck. Nobody ever did. Did anybody Nolly Hill table
I
there?
don't know.
Not
I
that I
had
can
it. I think I
remember.
Not there.
clipped a little bit the thing, and then I don't know.
It wasn't much of a bump.
Yeah.
It was just kind of a
It was
gradual
super, like,
incline.
It was a good
Super mellow.
spot to like aim where to pop.
Yeah.
If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With the line there.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
you would go skating with Mark and Carol and all these people?
Well, we're on a tour. I mean, we didn't not too much, but on that tour, you know, like
Yeah.
we did. I mean, we did some session.
Amazing.
It was amazing.
I love that.
Yeah.
Damn.
And Rick and yeah.
Did you even see your part?
Brian
bef-
Anderson
Brian-
and Brad Stabba. I mean,
There you
Yeah.
go.
I always
Mhm.
forget their names and be like, this dude doesn't know what he's talking about. We are on that tour. Sorry, guys.
No, because Ty's a magician. You know, he's always creating these videos. He's pushing the envelope of videos and stuff like that. Did you even get to see your part before it
No.
came out? I kind of figured that for some reason. Like he was just in the lab
How that
editing it
song?
and the song and
where-
everything.
Where did that come from? The song.
Ty Evans' pick probably.
No, it was weird because he wanted to do like he Ty liked we did the video out soon for Expedition.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Which is all weird because we were filming, we all had good footage, and then we were doing. That's why I say we did this project, and it didn't really quite make sense, and we all had mixed stuff, and there was no part, and then it was like, oh no, it's a promo video, but then we're filming for a video. It got weird, but
Okay.
anyway, like, in that video there was like this guy Marcus B. I did the soundtrack for it, and he kind of liked that feel, and then he's like, oh yeah, we get the Expedition, like Laurence and Lambert was on that trip too, so he's the one who backside 180 over that giant gap.
Bless you.
So
Who
he
is
was
this?
like, that was gnarly, dude. You part backside 180 the gap. I was like, that wasn't me.
Who was it?
So Lambert.
Chris Lambert.
He fakey ollie the
Carlsbad.
Carlsbad gap.
Got
too.
you.
The foot come off.
Fuck it, I would have claimed that shit. I would have been like, hell
I
yeah.
should.
Dude.
You like that look like me?
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't jump.
I love straight fakey shit. It's dope.
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
but-
hard.
But yeah, he had that feel, and that was the same guy that did the soundtrack for that video as soon, and he's like, oh, kind of like trick beats and this and
Yeah, he definitely like. To me, that video just stood out a lot. Modus operandi.
Yeah.
Definitely, man.
I mean, personally, I liked Expedition because mainly that video. Because I saw the whole team in this one part. And so I was like, I want to.
did the work.
Yeah,
It was fun as a team thing, but
Switchback lip. You switchback lip that rail and sack.
yeah.
Stephon Laurence had good clips.
I had few good. I mean, I had good stuff. But definitely not like. But at the same time, video. You know, before it was good. Like I did that interface video too.
That was sick too.
Oh yeah.
Video at Trendle, you had a few clips, like 1 minute, 30 seconds. Like, it was
Yeah.
like good enough, and you do this mix. So it was just like, I wasn't like, I don't know. I thought it would be. I didn't think I mean, that would be like such a, I mean, not like wouldn't try hard, but like iconic video.
Right.
I mean, sometimes I'll actually try too hard because I'm thinking, oh, I got to do all these things. And,
Right.
and you go too, my whole career, sometimes I was like, I went too hard and like I would pick too many battles that I didn't win, or I'm like, oh, I don't want to film anything that simple. I just like to suffer and do hard.
No, for sure.
But then
we
you
all
don't
do.
make him, and you're like, well, I don't have the footage. Like,
I got to
you
go
know,
back
if I'd
to
go
here.
back on it, I would do so much easier stuff and just
Yeah,
do like,
yeah.
I would be like, oh, I'll get a lot of footage, and I'm just skating. But
And the fucked up thing
that
about
was-
skating and filming and stuff, and I'm going to go back to what you said about the nollie over crook, and you were trying the nollie back nose blunt. When those things happen, and you get into something by accident, and then you're like, oh, should I just try this?
yeah, I was confused.
And you go there, and you totally change direction,
Yeah.
and it kind of can fuck you
For sure.
because you're not, and then you're trying this, and then you're like, should I have tried the nollie back nose blunt?
Yeah.
I'm now trying this
It's
trick,
working.
and now your head's all
Yeah.
jumbled, and you go back there to try to get it again. And you're like, I don't know what to do now. Should I try
Yeah.
this one or should I try this one? I've been trying the nollie back over crook for, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up.
It's a battle, bro.
But I
It
want to
is,
do that
man.
the nollie back nose, but I was doing pretty good. But that spot was kicked out, and then I got hurt, and I couldn't really just see
I'm
myself
just-
doing
yeah.
this at the time.
Right.
I was
I'm just used to- 'cause that
hurting,
happened to
sneezing and
me.
stuff. I was like,
Because that happened to me a lot. You would try something, you get into something else, and then
Yeah.
I would switch directions, you know? And I don't know if it was a good or bad thing. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you wouldn't.
That happened with him. I remember going to Barcelona with you for the first time, and you were trying to switch. We were talking about it the other night. The Bezos bump to bar.
Oh my God.
He was kept trying to switch back heel it, and you got decently close. But then out of nowhere, I'm like, oh, why don't you try to like varial flip or something? And he just varial flipped it.
Ah.
And he like has I've never seen you do that trick.
yeah.
So it worked.
No, but I'm confused about the time frame because I did that. I really wanted to switch back heel over that thing, and I worked. But I've tried it. I think I was on some totally not even company trip. I might have been stuck overseas, and I think is that Haven? It was Tori Prodwell, and we got a session
Oh, you're
on
filming
that
for
thing,
the
and then I'm like, oh,
DBS
switch back
video.
heel, and then it was my last day in Barcelona or something, and I went there and I was catching it like good, and I'm like, I got this, and the battle,
Yeah.
like so close, and I got to leave, and I was doing well, and I didn't do it, and then I went back with you, and I was like, I want to go do this trick, and it wasn't working as good. Like, of course, you want to always 360 flip Mike, but no, but you did it. It was so funny. But nobody wants to skate Bezos, so I'm like the guy.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Let's
Dragging
go
everybody
skate." It was
out,
like,
right.
"Fuck, we don't want to go skate this spot. This spot sucks. And I'm like, I'm not having that same vibe, and I'm trying the thing, and it wasn't like I think I even maybe tried 3 different things. I'm only get this thing, and I just didn't. It was never as good as that first go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
and
one of
then
the
I didn't
harder.
have the vibe. Nobody was skating with me, and
Right.
I think I just very flipped it just because.
You varial flipped the shit out of that thing. I was
good.
like,
Yeah.
but it was like it was so unplanned
Right.
that almost.
Well, you did. No, I think that was your idea. Huh?
Yeah,
you told me,
I
why don't you very flip this?
I was like, I don't know why. I think you can. Even though I've never
Diet
seen you
Coke.
do that. The Diet Coke flip.
I was definitely not gonna 360 flip that.
Oh, you got
It's one of the harder spots to skate in Barcelona. That's for damn sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
The Bezos bump. Hate that
I
thing.
recently, I don't know. I've seen some people do crazy
Fuck that
stuff.
thing
Yeah.
up.
Dude,
bro.
Nollie Caballero flip that.
Oh yeah, I saw
Gustav?
something. I was like, oh, this
Gustav
is what
Hansen.
modern skating is now. Just
Yeah, they
like
fucked that
doing.
thing up.
I mean, it's been video game
Bro,
for a long time now. We're
it's
used to
insane.
it,
There was-
but it's ridiculous.
So I
Seriously.
think the Bunt might have posted this maybe, but someone I don't know. I wasn't familiar with this person that was skating. Switch traded way long ago.
Oh, wow,
And I was like,
really?
he did it perfect. I was like,
Wow.
Who switched traded?
I don't know. I can't remember his name. Sorry, but it was just like, what? That got done, and like I found out about this now. That was like 20 years ago.
Damn.
It's crazy.
There's probably a lot of stuff that
Yeah,
got
it's been
done.
done.
A lot
They
of
cut the bar. They cut one part out. I don't know if it's there. Is it still there?
Why would they
anymore?
cut a part out? What do you mean?
I think it's still there.
I think you have to skate. They cut the closer part, and then you have to skate like deeper now. It's
What?
even harder. I don't know. You
The
don't
deeper
know.
you go in that thing, you're just gonna fly straight the fuck up.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
No.
Remember Quim? Were you there when
weird
Quim like flew off?
I don't know.
Cardona.
I was there on that trip. I don't think I was at that
He
session.
tried to
though.
ollie and he just flipped on his It's in the
back
video.
on-
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. That's
yeah.
right.
I was like,
He
what?
must
that's
have
the
he must have hit the wrong
worst,
spot
yeah.
on the bump.
That is the worst.
That's bad.
Didn't
Yeah.
someone got hurt on that too? Like on a Transworld trip? Was it?
Appleyard broke his arm there, but
Jason
that
Hernandez.
Jason
Or no,
Hernandez.
Jason.
Yeah, maybe it was Jason. Yeah.
He was
Didn't he
trying
try
to
to
ollie
ollie it?
I think he flew back, right?
Oh,
Is that what
really?
happened? I can't remember, but he talked about it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that spot ruins.
Yeah.
You can get a great clip, or it can fuck you up.
Yeah.
Dude, that spot was sketchy.
I like this type of spot because vert skating, it's all about flying, and
Right.
it's
Totally.
almost easier if you get to catch the thing and fly. So I was really feeling doing tricks. I mean,
I
I,
like that
only
spot
do
too.
one trick sound. I mean, I love olling it, but like that switchback hill.
Oh, that would be
Piss.
shit.
I feel like
Sure.
bump guys like that spot,
Yeah.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
but
that.
there was just no visual on where to
But
pop.
it was hard.
and it
Yeah,
was
that
like,
was the tricky part.
you had to like pump to get the speed,
Yeah,
and
you got to find the little sweet spot.
you got to
that
find the
was gonna
sweet
work,
spot.
for
I
sure.
didn't have that eye or dedication for that. I'd always just sit there and watch.
Yeah, I only went. I was unsuccessful there too, and I like bumps.
What'd you
but
try?
that- I don't even know what I tried, but I ended up fucking around,
Burial
just fucking
Hill?
doing Vinny Hondas and shit.
But it was, okay, okay.
You're a bump dude, but that's a different type of bump for you, right? Like you like the quick. Like,
no, I like all types of bumps.
Most
I
bump
like
dude.
that. I like those too.
Most bump dude. over there.
Oh my god.
The quicker, the better.
damn.
The quicker picker upper.
Yeah, the quick bump's crazy.
That was those times were really fun back then, like KO trips, because it was like a
Yeah.
whole different group of people. It was like Stevie Williams, Shanny, Marcus, like and you got Lenny, Rivas, and Jack, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
I don't know, it was super cool to have like a different dynamic all the
Going
time.
tour with Lenny.
Oh, Lenny, dude, yeah, and he had Jack Curtin, who's always just fucking still doing
Quim and Adelmo.
Quinn,
and Carl.
Adelmo, Carl. Remember Robbie Holmes?
Yeah.
He had good footage in that video.
Wade.
Wade was
That picture I showed you on the Barcelona trip with Wade, Carl, Delmo, Quim.
Oh, all of
I
us
showed
at
you the-
Makba.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn, it's crazy. Look back
And
at that.
Steve, yeah, the house with Stevie and Marcus.
Yeah, that was fun. I mean,
and,
that was
and Travis.
I do Travis Kelly, maybe the hardest I've ever laughed in my life with that dude. But I was talking about this the other day, how back then, how like we could skate all day in Barcelona, and then you'd go to Manolo, and you'd be out till freaking
yeah.
4 a.m, and I would wake up and
Do it again.
do it again at 9 o'clock. Be out skating. Like you could do it back then, and now there's no way.
19, 20,
Yeah.
18. Yeah.
God.
Those are good times, man.
I love when there's an umbrella company and you could go on tour with everybody.
Yeah.
You know, like a girl in chocolate.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. I think that's amazing. I love that
we had
shit.
some good tours.
Say Pretty Sweet was the last one I went on. That was like big group.
That
of
was
everybody.
big,
That was
yeah.
Good time.
You guys
Were
went
you
to
in the
Barcelona?
Yeah, were you on the Barcelona one?
Mhm.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that and the U.S. tour. Was
That
cool as
and the
well.
U.S.
It was
tour.
only half. Like we all didn't get to experience the full tour.
Dude, I was tripping off the Barcelona tour.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to
How many
Barcelona
people?
and like you're skating spots with like, you know, in plazas with people's apartments. And, you know, you usually go to there with like 2 or 3 people, you know, maybe a little bit of group of people. But we had like 2 vans.
Yeah, that was big.
Like, I was like, dude, this is gnarly.
I don't think I ever did the driving there with
Dude,
them.
it was crazy.
Well, maybe a little bit with John. We had that's the onty time we had a car in a hotel.
Okay.
If not, I always barged my trip to Barcelona. I was staying at wild houses and
Yeah.
real apartments. Like these apartments that we stay, like one in your room with some other guy in there. Like
Oh,
remember,
yeah.
there's always a guy living in the apartment when we stay on that first trip.
Dude,
There was
no,
like
the
some
second
random guy, cockroach on the floor, it's like making
Oh.
spaghetti. So like
there was some
another
random
time.
there was a random dude living in the closet. There was a random dude living in the closet in our apartment. Like you
you
just go
rented?
into the closet and then he would just leave, and that was it.
Wait,
We didn't talk to him.
You
Yeah.
rented this? Was he a skater?
No, he was just a random
Random, you
ass
rented it.
dude.
You guys
Yeah.
rented an apartment with, the
With the
guy
guy
living in the.
there,
That was a
yeah.
stipulation. Like the homie had this.
Yeah, we didn't know that. We're like, who's this guy? And we're like, at the time, Nick was doing it. It wasn't my trip. So I didn't put you in the worst things. Because that apartment was like gnarly. The one I
me
we
and
were
you shared
making
the room?
pastas and I told you how to make spaghetti.
Oh yeah, he taught me how to make pasta.
Well, there was
Boil the water.
there was just insects.
minutes.
I don't know. There was all kinds of crumb stuff in the kitchen. It was disgusting, and the furniture was it was from the trash. Like it was people like it was so gross. Remember Adelmo and Carl was staying like upside down, like in a bed like this with. And then the guy was living in a closet, and then I was like, Nick Lockman did the tour. I was like, Nick, there was like your guy in there. It's all right. It's like we're having a good time, regardless of what, we're having a good time.
Wow.
But
We got a bunch of good footage.
That's
That was fun.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Another
so
time-
Shanny dropped my laptop and didn't tell me. Remember you dented the shit out of my laptop?
Did
Yeah, you didn't tell me. I was like, I came home one day after skating and my computer was just dented. And you're like, oh, sorry, I dropped it.
Dude, I'm sorry, dude.
It's all good. And I was like, what? Sorry. Anyways, what were we going to say?
Another Barcelona story. Like Ty made me remember that the other day. He's like, remember when you staying in the house, there was a dead guy in there?
What?
What?
Yeah. At one point, like I was staying in this apartment, and then it smelled so bad. I was like, this
What?
bathroom, man, it's gross, and it just keeps smelling and smelling, and it was like a guy died, and we were
Wow.
smelling it for 2 days.
Oh, he
and
died in another
yeah,
apartment.
and it was so hot, and then
Oh
all
my
the fume was
God.
coming everywhere for 2 days, and we were like. And also, I'm coming home and there is getting like body down the street
No.
under the
Stairs?
staircase, and I'm
You're
like,
like,
whoa.
oh, that was a spot.
Ugh.
But it was funny. Ty was like, remember the dead guy story? I was like, oh yeah.
Damn.
but yeah, we always had some ghetto stuff.
It's fun over there.
But the best time I had was with Lee Smith. Like that's when I kind of got denied from my visa in Europe and stuff, and I ended up in Barcelona with no plan. Like there's no feel. Like I wasn't on a skate trip. Maybe that's when I don't know. Lee wasn't on the Transworld trip.
Was Lee on the? I don't think so.
No, so it was
I
another
don't think
time.
so.
Was he in Barcelona at that time?
I'm sure Lee's was in Barcelona for a long
It
time,
could have been, possibly.
but he wasn't on a trip that we went to in Nice.
No, I don't think it was then. But anyway, we had an apartment. I stayed. He saved me. I was like, he had this apartment. Like he had 2 of them, or it was connected. It was an apartment with 2, and I stayed for like a month.
Oh, wow.
We had the best time. Like it was so fun.
Love that.
That's tight.
Wasn't very productive, but we had fun. Looking back, blowing it. That was a miss. But I mean, we didn't have a filmer. It was just like, oh, maybe I got a bunch of. I think maybe we went out with. I went out with Enrique's brother. They're like, yeah, we can set you up, and I got a bunch of clip with Enrique's brother.
Okay.
But for some reason, the camera wasn't that good, and it wasn't like this bunch of unseen stuff I did. It wasn't like not crazy, but I was like, wow,
Right.
I got this, and they never used it because the film. Sorry, Enrique's brother, but they didn't like your film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked, I don't know. It looks like it was like foggy or something.
Gotcha.
Maybe you had an old camera.
Maybe old.
But
Maybe it was
there was-
You
PAL.
didn't clean that lens.
I don't know what happened. I think maybe there was one clip that was one line that we used of him, but a lot like I didn't know.
Oh.
A KO video or something. I don't know.
Devil's Eyes.
Possibly.
He skated to a song and we would make fun of him. I don't know. You didn't like the song for some reason. And
No.
I was always called him Devil's Eyes.
KO video, man. I quit after that video. I was like, no, I can't do this. That was such a you try hard to do some that video was crazy. None of us saw it, and then we saw it. We're like, what? We're on tour doing premieres, and there was all these weird clips in there, and none. And I'm not like it's a bad thing, but I'm stuck with Richard. Like again,
Stuck
like,
with
why-
Richard again.
Like-
He had another part with
That's
Richard.
why you think we're all together. But I mean, it's a great thing. I mean,
that
Richard
part-
switched 360 flip faking. That's why I don't want to be with him.
Yeah,
That clip
He
was
couldn't
epic.
be
Switch
ended.
tray flip nose manual.
Fuck yeah.
But you had
But-
some insane ledge tricks that I've never switch heel back nose blunt,
I had.
nollie back nose
That's
blunt
the
shove
thing
it.
is like I mean, that's skating. You have good thing, and you have no filmer, and you had all these things that happen to yourself. And I felt like that was my last hooray. And I had good footage. I was like, because I was on like the convert, like a lot of things. I'm like, if I could do this, maybe a good little shoe deal. And then, I mean, they didn't even really
Yeah.
quite matter because, but I was like, I want a part.
Right.
That, and I looked back at it and I had all this footage that I never used. And I was like, dude, I got a lot of, not the best, but I had cool lines and this, and it's on my computer. Sometimes I look at it like, dude, I have all this. Why am I got stuck with this short amount of footage?
Right.
And with Richard, Richard was supposed to have few tricks, and then he's got, I mean, that's great, but like that first version, we were all tripping. Stevie and Carl, like everybody's.
Hey, I had skating some
We were all
ZZ Top
mad
song.
because
Remember that? You guys always put me skating to ZZ Top, and I was
I
pissed.
still.
I was pissed.
I
dude.
listen to that ZZ Top song when that ZZ Top song comes on. I'm like, that's so sick. That's Kelly. And I didn't pick it, of course, because I didn't have much to do. They're like, oh, this guy's gonna do the video. I was like, he doesn't really skate, but he was great. He did the video as soon, and he's like, don't nobody disturbs him. Like, don't stay away from. editing.
Wait, hold, not to cut you off. You had somebody outside of your circle come in and edit and do the video, and let him pick all the music.
Yeah.
Damn.
No, that was
not
random.
weird.
No, two
That's not
parts. Matt Daughters edited Wade and Kenny's part, which are two probably arguably like the best parts in the video. Those two parts are like stand out more than any other part. I personally, and all the parts are great, but you could agree with that, right? Like Wade
Yeah.
and Kenny, like
Oh
fucking-
yeah.
after
No,
that video,
totally.
like wow.
Wow.
But yeah,
But yeah, no,
again, wow.
we come on that tour and we see the video, and everyone. I mean, everybody's their own credit, but if we never seen it.
Yeah.
It's not Ty editing the video,
Right.
You know that you're like,
Right.
dude, no, he's never gonna.
You know you're in safe hands.
Yeah, but it
degree.
was, and we we're not allowed to go bother the guy because he was getting paid this amount, and you know, as skaters, they go into the editing room and start saying all that stuff.
Yeah.
But there was all these tricks missing. I had some vert clips too, like in there, and there's like no vert, like they're like cutting is like I've got told ruin my part from putting vert in there. I was like, no.
no, you had some clips in there that were
Like,
sick.
yeah,
dude.
no, I did, and I managed to slide because the first we fixed a little bit because everybody was pissed, and as the tour was going on, they were in the behind and they slipped a couple of things, but they weren't
Okay.
allowed to. There's a lot of footage that disappeared and stuff, and it is what it is. But it was, you know,
You had good
I-
tricks in that video. If you look, he does on a ledge going straight on nollie, front side 180 to switch back over crook on a ledge.
oh yeah, I like that clip.
That was super
Yeah.
good. I was like, you wouldn't tell me what you did either.
What?
Never you switch heel back to nosebleed and you came over after and you wouldn't tell me what you did. Yeah, I was like, what?
We
And-
partied that night.
yeah.
I was like,
Oh yeah, after getting switch heel back nosebleed.
Damn.
We
I
celebrate.
don't know. So I mean, that was why I was bummed because I'm like, dude, I think I have the footage to at least be proud, and then to be like happy about my stuff. And but we started filming without a filmer, and then all of a sudden that's where stuff started to get good again. Because we were in a down and
Dana Shaw, right?
we had a filmer again,
Yeah.
and we had this, and we had stuff started to spark up, and then I was like, when I saw it, oh no, I ain't doing it. It's just like it's not gonna do it. And then Nick was like, well, just do it we'll fix it for the platinum edition. And I was like, yeah, what, you know.
Yeah.
But it wasn't right after that. I blew my knee. Things were getting good. We Spark Expedition. We got Rob and Joy on the team. And we got Spencer. And then there was a lot of good energy going. And I was responsible. I was more involved with it because before I was kind of not
Hands-on.
part of. And then I had all this thing. Like I say, at one point I really literally quit. I was just like, no, we don't have stickers. It's just
Yeah.
I could and then.
You never told me that.
No,
till
nobody
later.
knows that. And
Yeah.
I've been telling a little bit sometimes. You know, in 07, I was just couldn't handle with a bunch of stuff. So I was like, oh, I don't care. Got my things. I have a house, and maybe I'll do a shop. Maybe I'll mess with something. And but then I've got put in a better position. It's like, no, like come back and do your thing. And then I was like, I can get Team Rider. I can. Can we run an ad, please? And we get the Joey and Rob ad, and then things just spark up.
That was a big move.
Yeah.
That was a big move.
I knew there was like there was like some moves like I think we got this if we don't mess it up. Like and it was close to be messed up, but and Matt helped a lot. You know, we did more videos. We even had like
Dude,
we had the skate park. Like I got from Deerdeck, you know, the
Yeah, that
training
was
facility.
amazing.
I was like, at the time I skated with Kane and Rob down there, and then I was like, oh, I'm getting rid of the park. You want it? I was like, yes. Then we filmed clip, and things like, because for a while this stuff was not good but it's just like we were fading away. Like the people was gone,
Right.
Stefan Janoski, all these losses, and And rightly so. Gallant left, and we were just like me and Richard. Like
Hey, there was a point with just me, you, and Richard. I think.
yeah, there was no goal of about like rebuilding, and I was like, I need to be part of it, and it just wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And I didn't have much say to it because I wanted to save it. I knew what to do, and then I couldn't get in that position, and then they put me in that position, and I was like, oh, we got a filmer, I'm hyped, and I blow my ACL, my MCL on this stupid ollie.
Oh.
And I went on our first tour when we were the KO tour in. Were you there in Canada with Joey? And it was a KO tour.
Oh
with
yeah,
Wade.
no, I was there.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were there. Hell, you were there.
Yeah.
I
That was
forgot
super
the
fun.
hey or what? I don't know.
No, it was it was some Canadian tour, but we had a lot of rad demos, and I went to Montreal. It was that crazy big
so
skate
much
park.
driving, but it was amazing. We
Yeah.
had like I was like, okay, this is it. That we have a skate company. This is like,
Yeah.
we had obviously
Kenny Hoyle.
DGK was coming up and
Yeah.
Organica, and then I was like driving the van, and I'm going tour. My ACLs blew. I was on crutches the whole time, and I had to freaking. We were driving so much, and I was like, I'm not missing that, you know, like.
of course.
And I couldn't skate. It was so awful because I was like, I was motivated to redo the whole thing
For sure.
and maybe have a part again, like
Right.
doing the and
Well,
I couldn't do it.
As a rider, I always really, really was happy that you were my team manager because I knew that you knew what it was like, what we were doing. You know what I mean? And I always thought that should be a way. I always wanted that.
Yeah.
When you're talking to a team manager, sometimes you're like, I'm like, you never went what I went through.
Right.
Like, not that I didn't like them, but like, you know what I mean? It was like, oh, Shanny knows what I'm talking about in this scenario.
Could relate.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you're a good team manager.
Thank you.
Got us our boxes.
We're having a good time.
How was
But I
Roger?
was skating. I mean, obviously, I wasn't like, I was trying to skate after I recovered, but it was hard to get clipped. Kelly was making fun of me. I'm just kidding.
Damn.
No,
I mean,
that-
After he just started saying he loved you as team manager.
No, we would all
Yeah.
bust each other's balls so hard back then. It was
We
insane.
did. But
We
my,
like-
my knee
yeah.
was bad, and I couldn't skate fly for like 3 years. And I remember, I say that because I remember we filmed the United Nations, and I'm like taking painkillers. I'm like,
Oh no.
And I'm trying to ollie, my feet come. I couldn't ollie. I was like, I'm trying to.
Oh no,
and,
you had some.
and you're like, why are you laughing?
No, I remember you like. Didn't you feeble to fakie the crazy vert wall or something?
Yeah, maybe
Dude, that was insane. Remember the vert wall at the barracks that was like before the 7 stair?
the old one.
He like you're
Oh,
like
yeah.
the only one I've ever seen skate that.
But that was easy if I can get speed. I mean, I could
Yeah.
I did some clips, like, but a lot of times just losing
Right.
battle, not comfortable on that knee. Some of the clips we got in China too, like I look at the footage and I'm all bending. I couldn't bend like good like this. I'm bending with the back, then I had back pain. It was fun because I kind of took that pressure away, and I'm like, I'm just driving the van, and if you guys don't want to do the demo, I'll try. Just front quick something or
no, but
hit
that
the vert
so
wall.
sick.
I don't know.
that United Nations we did was a big thing for the brand Expedition.
Yeah.
I remember
That's
that came out. Cause I was super hyped to be a part of that one, but I was like, wow, that was fucking pretty gnarly little video right there, and that was a really cool thing for our brand. That was super big, and you put together that hello video.
That was the first thing. I was like, I can get money and taking these guys, and we had a huge crew. I was so good.
Yeah, it was like 12 or 15 of us,
Damn.
and for 3 weeks.
Wow.
3
Yeah.
weeks. So much random funny shit happened on that trip. Some things you can't talk about.
No, that was when we sparked back up Expedition, and we had Rob and Joey and things and
Miller,
Enrique
Matt Miller
and-
was a
Oh, yeah,
big one.
Miller wasn't on that trip yet. We
Yeah.
were just starting. Then we got the Miller, and then we had Gallant came back, and
Yeah.
the Spencers and
Kenny
Kennys
Hoyles.
and
Kenny, yeah.
Kenny was big Madness video.
Oh, that
The
was
Madness video.
yeah. That was good video, dude.
What a crazy team, the Bruners,
Oh yeah, the Brunners. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always
Tom Remillard.
Tom Remillard. You know what's weird? That I got to meet him once. Anthony Correa, way back.
Oh yeah,
He was on the team for a second. That was sick. But yeah, definitely when it's ups and downs with teams.
That was
so.
up and down. But
It's
yeah,
tough.
no, it was. That's why I said it was like the whole time I was like, oh, this is getting good, and I was definitely hampered. Like it was hard
Yeah.
to get it.
Yeah. I understand.
Also had few clips, but not a fire.
It's okay. It's okay.
Sad.
It's okay, Shanny.
It's life of a skateboard.
Life of a skater, man. Knee injuries could really suck, you know. And what year was that?
2007 or 8.
7 or 8? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Wha-
it's funny that I feel pretty good now compared to like the I don't trip too hard on it. I mean, I can't put too much weight on that knee especially if I skate in a ball. I don't like to
Sure.
go gung, gung, gung.
Oh,
Well, I
wow,
wouldn't
yeah.
jump down.
No.
I don't like stairs. I told you, but I wouldn't. But it feels pretty.
But I wonder
it's feeling
why,
way better
because
now.
like,
good.
were you not doing rehab for it, or do you think the surgery wasn't as successful as it should have been, or
I
why?
don't
Why do
know.
you think? Yeah,
I don't know because I was confident. Oh, that's no big deal. I'll be
Right.
back. Like I'll just do my thing.
yeah,
I
because
was
3 years
pretty
is a long
I was-
time. Usually, somebody would take like a year to like
I couldn't
rehabilitate.
flip. I was just like had to sit and just like
Huh?
getting myself to do one kickflip in like 1 hour. And
Huh.
but I could skate ledge a little bit. Like it was just a flip, some moves,
Mm.
and like even easy trick, like a back nollie. I just started doing them like a couple years ago. Like, oh, I
Amazing.
got this again. Backside flip, I lost them. Think about that.
Oh, that was your
But
trick.
Yeah.
That was my trick, and it's just a way I can do it now, but it still feels like just the way I'm flipping and landing on
Does
it. It still bugs me a little bit, but like
Interesting.
like I said, easy tricks wouldn't. I was like, why is this one? doesn't-
Yeah.
Well, wait,
but I
didn't
can
you-
do back to like all the ledge trick doesn't really
bother
me.
you. Okay.
No.
Didn't
Some
you?
Stuff that didn't bother
I
me.
mean, you did a lot of karate when growing up, didn't you?
Karate,
Or is that what you did? Was it karate?
kung fu,
Kung fu.
It's karate.
Good.
Karate.
karate.
But like, did you?
Same
was that
thing.
stuff? Were you doing that like to rehab, or I don't know how? Like, I just
No.
remember you had like samurai swords in your trunk, and I would fucking trip me the fuck out. You would pull up.
Crossing
Just-
borders with samurai swords
I
and
was like, what?
I still got a collection.
But like, you grew up doing that.
No,
When did you
I
start
mean,
learning that?
when I was 20, 21. I don't
Really?
know. I've been doing it for 20 years.
are you black
And
belt?
yeah,
Yeah.
second degree.
Second degree. You got a little piece of tape on the
Yeah.
bed, 2 tapes on there, huh?
Yeah.
What if Jerron starts acting like? What do you? If you sitting at a table like say you and Jerron, can you do something like?
Real quick.
No, don't
Yo,
do it.
he signed that real quick.
I saw that. He just body. He started
That
getting
was
all.
amazing.
Started
He
squaring
turned
up.
into it a little bit.
I'm not fucking
He
with
turned in-
Jerron.
He turned into it. You got it.
Jerron,
You
you-
got kung fu.
But
black
What I'm
belt. Come on.
asking, is like you have if somebody was sitting next to you, you could take care of them without getting up, right?
Take care of him.
Okay.
Dude, Jerron, if Jerron
making
was
sure.
to go like this real quick, Shannon would be like, bah.
And
Like,
just block
block
that
I
it.
shit.
swear
No,
it's
but
crazy. Yeah, I would do that with you all the time. I'd be like that, and you just be like,
That's that cat
No,
like flag.
I don't. No, because there's a couple bad stories about this. Like, people try to mess with you and they do this. I'm like, no, it doesn't work like this or whatever. And then one time I punched Baker in the face because he like always come and I'm like, bam!
Really?
and
what?
and he was coming in. And then another time, Jerry Escoville had to get elbow surgery.
Let's
Wow.
As
No
a
way.
sales rep.
yeah.
And he's
right.
like, what do you do if you do this? And I'm like, well, you go. And most people that, I mean, especially if you do arm locking stuff,
Yeah.
because people that are trained, they just freak out and spaz out. Like,
yeah.
people are too tense. That's the biggest
Problem. Yeah.
Being relaxed is the best thing you can do in your
Right.
entire life. But like, you go like this and they'll freaking try to like get out. And then he busts. He's like, oh, my elbow, dude, since you did this to me, I can't move.
no way.
And then he's like,
God.
I'm like, fuck, sorry, man. Like, he's just,
He jerked.
he did something and he wasn't ready for it.
Oh,
But I didn't
damn.
try. Like, we train with people all the time, and you go with it. That's why,
right.
like I was a teacher too, so people beat up on me all the time, and
Yeah.
you know how to get it, turn the right way. And he did, and Jerry's a big dude too,
Yeah.
and he's like, man, my elbow, and then a month later, I think he 1 or 2 surgeries. So I'm
Damn.
like, I hope KO can pay for this.
Damn.
At least
shit.
insurance. But yeah, that was.
Okay.
Have you like?
But I punched.
What if I threw this mug at you real quick?
Yeah, but
If
no, I mean, I don't have. We don't have. I'm a Spider-Man. Man.
I'm just
It's like,
asking. I
know
want to
s-
see your
I know
degree.
stuff.
Maybe a third degree black
A
belt.
couple
could-
things.
I know how to kill people
With my hands.
I want.
Yeah.
I'm nice.
Yeah.
But like you
I
probably,
do it
Crazy,
for health.
dude.
if anyone fucked with you at like somewhere, you could easily defend yourself.
You could
I'd like to
de-escalate
say
the
that.
situation. Yeah.
But I'd like to not. The
Right.
thing in martial art, you don't. You should be smart in that. And,
Oh yeah.
and it doesn't. It's you got to be humble. Like martial arts about respect, discipline,
For sure.
humbleness.
Right.
Only
have
when
to
it gets to
humble
that
yourself.
when it gets to that point of like no return when you're like, fuck, I think I'm gonna have to fight right now.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to do that. I mean,
No.
first of all, you can hurt someone. I'm like, well, which one? I have to like hit it not that hard or do something. I mean, that's control people. But at the same time, you don't know who the guy is.
Exactly. Yeah.
You act stupid. You act like oh, I'm trained, and then this guy's is MMA fighter, all corners.
Right.
Anyone you can fight, and you can be also just dumb. Like I'm like I'm dumb. I'm drinking at the bar, and this guy knocks you in the head. People attacking you.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people in MMA getting fight. Some people get this, and think maybe killed or
Mm.
stabbed. Or the street is not a fun place to be. And
Yeah.
of course,
No.
maybe it's really easy. Like I don't fight this guy. I mean, I would think sometimes I'm like, this is so easy. Like these guys, I've got sometimes people talk smack and you let it go and you like, or act tough, and I'm like, I should be able to just
Yeah.
really take care of this guy. It's really easy. They
Sure.
don't already.
For sure.
But then I'd say, like I would avoid that situation, and I would
Yeah.
never try to attack someone. It's like, what is the point? Some people are like, oh, this guy's drunk, I'm gonna beat him up. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is the point? Like,
Totally.
you have training. What to do? You're just gonna hurt the poor guy. You're like, dude, just let him be drunk. Like it's not. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not that person. I always did it because I was a Bruce Lee fan and I liked the training. And in a way, I think it's really like close to skating. It's all learning tricks and being in
Technique.
shape. And then I still do it. And I'm still teaching. I teach, and I'm teaching Tai Chi and a little bit of
Wow.
fighting and
Sick.
stuff like
Dope.
that. And I do it all the time. And I do it in the Swiss Alps. And I love being like, I don't know, it's really good for your mind and for your
It's
body. And that's why I feel better now too. Like
Amazing.
I'm older, but I don't feel old, like because your body's moving and you're using it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And Kung Fu is like that. It's for health. I mean, of course, you teach how to. It's all attacks to do bad things to people, but it's do it for fun.
Right.
And the definition of Kung Fu is hard work over a long period of time, which is
Huh.
relating to skating,
Yep.
to skating,
to anything.
a manual.
Yeah.
I mean, hard work over a long period of time. We can
Man.
relate to this, and
Podcasting.
so that's what skating is, and that's what Kung Fu is tricks. Like, oh, this guy's attacking you. Are you going to do this? Boom, boom.
Yeah.
You attack low, attack high, attack eyes and take
Right,
him down.
right.
Or you fight. You have boxing fight, and you just like, oh, you're gonna dip through. Boom, attack with this, or kick, take the knee,
Mm-hmm.
hit it to the ground, arm bar, lock. Like I don't know. It's just fun. Like
A lot of
I
possibilities.
don't do
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
don't do it. I just do my. I do tournament still.
You do.
Yeah.
That's it.
Swiss Cup?
And it's yeah. And I
The Swiss
no,
champ
but
right
it's
here.
funny.
dude.
I
Everything's
won the Swiss
Swiss.
championship this year.
See?
Last year.
So
So
sick.
in Kung Fu,
Kung Fu
a
Swiss Cup.
wushu, and then I got second place. I got 5. I got 2 silver in Tai Chi and
Damn.
5. I don't know. I'm doing well, but I
love
like
it.
it. And tournament it makes you keep practicing, because if not, I would probably like
Yeah.
forget. You're like, I got another day. I can sleep in, and then it's like I signed up for this tournament. Better. do
Uh-oh.
You better get busy.
Wait, so are you
But
like
I love
actually
it.
like fighting people?
But no, that's why I said I don't have people to practice with anymore. So I don't
Oh.
fight. I don't spar. I mean, it's on the table. But the first year I went to Switzerland, like for 8 months, I was in my hometown, my city, my hometown, and I got this hooked up with these fight, like they do sonda and kickbox, and I did one tournament fighting. Like I was still fresh off training here, and it was fun. But now I live in the mountains, and
Okay.
I'll just do my things, and I'm just then I tai chi.
do your
and
tai
I
chi.
Can you
No,
like
it-
punch through wood or the wood that's on the block or
Like your
something?
table weight.
Yeah,
there?
it's like yeah.
Liz,
Like,
No, we-
Shanny,
we
this
did-
is from
we did it.
Focus Woodworks, bro. We don't want to fuck with this
No,
table,
this is
right?
really nice.
Thank you, bro.
And I don't hurt myself.
Yeah.
I mean, that's hard. No, but we did the board breaking. I only did it once or something. It's
Is
too
there,
good, isn't it?
do you, yeah. What do you? Is there a
Yeah.
Yeah.
You breathe out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but you,
Yeah.
you say.
There's some noises that.
There's
Well, I
noise
took
out
karate
there.
when I was little, you
Yeah.
know, and it was like Kia. You say Kia.
Yeah, everything
Kia.
has.
Yeah.
We have
Kia.
or names, and then it's
Right.
like when they would get attacked, they have like they had the brotherhood. Like this guy is from this lineage, so if we have different sounds for different
Oh,
different things, and they would fight each
interesting.
other.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
A little more deep.
But obviously
Kia.
the breathing out when you punch, like, it has
Yeah,
different
you have to.
purposes.
Right.
So you have more power if you out. It scares the
Right.
attacker. Like, ugh! And that,
Mm.
you know, if people are intimidating, they like you might flinch and they might do something, or
Yeah.
even people it makes noise in self defense. You're like, oh,
Mhm.
someone's what's going on? Let's go
Right.
help you.
Attention. The
I don't know what that was. It sounds good.
whole- I don't know.
It's like an old man.
trying to intimidate people. You know.
Yeah, and then
You sound like Homer Simpson's dad.
No, but you know, if you like someone scream at you, like you're like, "Ah!" like you're like,
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah,
what
yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
And that's and you know, kung fu is
It's a
not like
tactic.
it's not like a sport. It's just like, dude, what do you do in that situation? Somebody's trying to kill you, so
Right.
you're gonna use like
Anything in your book.
If the guy flinched, then you got an advantage, or
For
the
sure.
guy do like
ain't
if
ready.
he's not ready, there's all tricks to things.
Listen,
that.
the moral of the story is don't fuck with Shanny
Yes.
because he'll hurt you.
I
Real
won't.
quick.
No.
If you got to do what you got to do, you got to.
I mean, have
we
you
gotta
seen
do
him
what-
right here? Just put this is
Yeah,
little.
I mean,
I mean, he's got the body shit.
No,
you know?
but yeah, I mean, you know, at the same time, I'm confident. I've never been scared in a situation, whatever
Right.
it's Barcelona, whatever. Like I hear people getting
Here comes
wallets,
Shanny
and-
nonchalantly walking up to the
I've gone home
situation.
to 5:30. It's like, hey, if someone is attacking me right now, I'm fun.
You're good.
Right.
Yeah.
You're like Batman, dude. You
I'm-
just fucking fuck shit up.
Yeah, I've never been, but I mean, again,
But you don't put yourself in those situations
don't-
either, right? Like,
I
mean,
don't,
Yeah,
but
you're
I-
out at 5:30, but like you're aware and you're aware of what's going on. So if some
Right,
dude's
right.
trying to kick a soccer bar next to you and shit, and be like, "Hey, man, you want to partake?" and he's getting close, and you're like,
yeah, no, I mean, it's,
"I'm about to fuck this dude up." You know what I mean?
I mean, it's all, first of all, it's all about distancing and knowing what
Yeah.
people are doing, so you can read people and you have that people get into that circle. If they
Mhm.
pass that circle, you gotta be ready for
Yeah,
it.
right,
Like
right,
you're
right,
like,
right.
okay,
And I think
Yeah.
also Barcelona too is like they're looking for those drunk people. They're looking
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
people who are just
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like, you know, not the, you know what I mean? Like if you're
Yeah.
walking confidently,
Yeah, and you're alert and shit.
yeah, most
sure.
likely they're gonna like pass you by for somebody
and,
else.
yeah, I drink, but I don't get any. I never get in these.
What was that?
Well,
What are you doing back there, Raj?
Oh,
What's that,
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
I was like, wait,
Well,
that
this
one.
episode just got demonetized. But listen,
Yeah, but
Wait,
We-
what about nunchucks? Do you
Oh.
fuck with nunchucks?
we have a nunchuck with three. Nunchuck is Japanese more, like,
Oh, God.
and three sectional staff is Chinese, like the Chinese weapons.
Hmm.
I love
And it's
nunchucks.
longer. And it's got two chains. It's yeah.
No, I like the normal. I used to have nunchucks. The little
Yeah.
they had foam on them.
We
Like a
had
learning, you know?
I
Learning,
remember
yeah.
my
Play,
brother.
it's a
We always into Bruce Lee, like all these movies. I was Rambo, Bruce Lee, Rocky. That's what.
That's three.
And these were my heroes, like before skating. So it was
Mhm.
just like always stuff that I was like, oh, I want to be like, what's up with Bruce Lee? Like,
Right.
I love
it's
that.
so amped. It's like
I-
watching a video part. It's like
Hell yeah.
it's like Bruce Lee's messing people up. Like, how you do it?
I love that
Dude,
Rambo
so,
is
like-
one of his
Oh,
items.
big time.
Sylvester, good old
I-
Sylvester.
Sylvester.
No, we
What a
were
name.
doing Rambo stuff like before skating.
Yeah.
So like full military camel or we U.S. Army style building like the Rambo trap and houses in the forest
Oh,
and all this
wow.
stuff. And at one point we had to make the decision if we were gonna just keep doing Rambo or skating because it's like Rambo was taking too long. We were like hiding in trenches with the knife. We were just doing this military training. It was like and I was 14, or my brother was 4 years older. We did all crazy stuff in the forest,
Amazing.
spying on people, attacking people.
Spying on people?
Dude, that's my.
Peeping Shanny.
No, but my brother, he said, I was like, dude, remember when you made me attack this our neighbor? Like we saw him in the forest, and he's like, go attack him. All right, and I attack him with a knife, like
What?
and my or neighbor, like this guy's,
Crouching tiger, hidden
yeah.
shanty.
and I was like, that was so stupid, like.
You
I
scared
don't
the
know.
shit out of him or what?
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? And I was like, I'm putting the knife down.
Rambo.
Just get out.
It's like, wait, what are you doing?
Yeah, but Rambo was a big thing. Like it was like skating. We like we had all the soundtrack of Rambo, you know, and we hype ourselves up. We play the record, and then we'll get dressed up and it's like, boom, let's go, and then we'll just hit the forest, and we'll just
Right.
With the dirt on the
forest.
face, like
Yeah,
ready
yeah,
to go.
yeah.
It's like
For
it's
sure.
like going skating in the streets. He's
I
like,
know.
I'm going to hit the forest,
Hey,
dude.
that's what it was. But even in our like, we had guns. We're like BB
You had
guns.
guns?
No real guns. But my friend's so tiny. His gun's like this big, and we had the dirt.
Yeah.
We'd go in a freezing cold water and like lay there and just do like we were Rambo.
God damn, bro.
And
Training
I
in
have
your
no
thing.
freaking footage of it.
Too bad.
And we didn't. We
It's
could
in
have
here.
died.
It's all in here.
Yeah.
It's all in here.
Shanny Bob.
Probably better you don't have that
Few
footage.
photo,
If you were
but-
attacking your neighbor with a knife,
That was not good. We didn't do that often, but most of the time we'd build cabins and just we'd sleep there too, and we'd do all these night things. And
It's
and
cool when you're a
everything.
kid though.
Yeah,
14, you
yeah.
get a little fort out there. You know?
Yeah.
We had 3-story house.
Good. What?
It was crazy. Like we like
All from the
steal stuff
construction
from people,
yards.
and like my brother and his friends who were older than us, and they made us
Amazing.
made us do crazy stuff. They're
Wow.
like, dude, destroy, and we're
Destroy.
like,
Okay.
yeah, steal this.
Bro, I love it.
But Rambo was a big thing.
It was
and
big,
Rocky
yeah.
and
Rocky.
and that and skating. So it was always I always veer off to like training and boxing and be Rocky that gets beat up and come back and just hard work.
What about the Karate Kid?
Karate Kid. hell yeah.
It's a good one. Yeah, Mr. Miyagi, Wax.
So it's just I don't know. There's something about it.
You don't like it?
No, I liked it. I watched
Yeah.
it, but I think Miyagi was good.
It didn't resonate like that.
Right.
Yeah,
like
but
Rocky and Rambo.
Rambo
but
was
Bruce Lee was
pretty
even the
hardcore.
Chinese
Yes.
Kung Fu movie
I don't know if
wasn't
we
that
should be.
good, but-
I mean, we're not comparing Bruce Lee to Karate Kid, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It was a good movie. It was a
It
good
was more
movie.
real violent, like the
Yes.
guy with going through the walls.
For sure.
Yeah.
Remember that?
A lot more violent, that's for sure.
Let's talk about what you're doing now, because you just mentioned Swiss Alps. You're living up in the Swiss Alps. What do you?
Yeah.
What's going on up
The
there?
Swiss Alps.
But don't you? But also, you were mentioning you teach people teach skating too.
Yeah.
How? What do you? Do you have like a company, or do you just do it like just if somebody hits you up, or how's that all working out right now?
So I left 4 years ago, right? And
Yeah.
I wasn't really quite sure what to do, but I had to move away. And
City
Um,
planner wasn't on the table anymore.
city planner?
Yeah, when you were 16 doing the city stuff,
no.
the road work. No.
No, that was
Okay.
that was it. But then I wanted to get close to my family. I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
You know, it's 25 plus years that I've been in the States. And I miss Switzerland. And every time I go there, it was harder. And family getting older, and you want to just be closer to them. And
Sure.
all of a sudden, I had no tie with. I didn't have anything going on here. I'm like, oh, I'm not a skater. I don't have my company. I don't have. I was married, and just everything just fell apart.
Yeah.
And I went home.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so that was a little tough time.
A little reboot.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it took me a little. Like I was started to teach. I was always offered to be a martial art teacher, so it was like I kind of went into when things that were going bad. I'm like, I'm gonna go through the training and did 8-month course and learn. I taught another 2 something. I mean, I was already starting before like 2 years before I moved out, but it was awesome. You know,
Yeah.
learning how to teach and it was good. So I went home, and I heard about this project called Alaya, and they were doing like this big skating project, like action sport in the Alps, and my friend was telling me tell me about it before I moved. I heard that and I sent an email. I was like, is this something I can do? Because what am I going to do? I'm skating here. You have connection, but over there, it's going to be tough. And I didn't know what I was going to do. Even here, I got out of skating when thing hit the fan. And I started doing real estate photography and any kind of job I can like get like in a photo, or I did some judging too. I was a little
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I was
that's
still
right.
judging. Yeah, I judged some Knights
Okay.
games and stuff. So I was getting a little bit of money, but it was like all of a sudden like back to 92
Right.
survival mode on
Oh.
the floor. Mims once he's like, you better tell him when you stayed at my house with nothing. Like he moved out of his apartment and I had nowhere to stay. And he has a photo of me like on the floor with nothing but a blanket, like this
Oh, my
sheet on it.
God.
And I'm like, how did I end up here again? I'm like,
Oh,
I just
no.
decided to just washed.
Right.
And I had to get away with things. And every time I would go skate at the park, oh, it's position and this and what,
Mhm.
and I'm like, no. So I got in my martial arts school was kind of like my thing that I knew, and it got me out of like my troll, like 'cause
Yeah.
my mind was like, oh, I have this at least because I can't be like with my team and I needed to get some time.
You gotta get out.
My head
Yeah.
clean, I cleared, and then also I was like, I wanted to be a teacher, so there's one more thing I can do. Like, I was like, what am I gonna do there? That's one. I was a student for a long time, but like I never taught, so that's something that I could go home and be like, hey, potentially I can have some sort of school classes or things. So it was one baggage. I had the photo thing that I was gonna do some real estate stuff, which I was doing that's how I was making most of the money, which was not very much, but survived the situation, and teaching there, and this, so I had these options, and I was like, well, maybe I could do real estate there, but I actually do it now, very little, still do it, but it didn't pick up that good. But so 8 months I was at my parents' house, and I heard that place was gonna open. Maybe like I was there in April, May. And they're like, yeah, maybe in October we do the hiring. And I was like, well, what is it about? Like, it's like, it sounds good. Like, and I met up with the guy. His name's Adam. And we talked. And I was like, oh, this sounds legit. And I'm back in skating some way. I'm like,
Amazing.
I mean, not like it's not skating here. I don't know what kind of skating that was. That would be, excuse me.
Right.
Sure.
Like industry stuff, right?
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
industry stuff, but
Yeah.
it's a skate park where I do skate camp, and it's kind of we want to model as Woodward skate camp.
Amazing.
And I'm like, yeah, and it's in the Alps, so I just got the job and moved. I actually never been to that place. This girl skater of mine lives around there, and she took a photo in that part. I was like, where is like? She took a photo in the apartment. I was like, yeah, you can move here. I was like, yeah, sounds good. And January 1st, 2019, I show up there. I took the train. Oh, no, yeah, well, I got dropped off, and I found the apartment, and it's like this mountain guy. He's like, yeah, just come in. I was like, the whole time, I was like, do you want me to sign something, a lease, or do you? He didn't care. They just like villagers that like,
Wow.
Okay.
yeah, come in. And it's like, oh, do you want me to pay you? Actually, I have cash right here. Oh, yeah, I forgot.
No
It's like,
way.
no,
Was there anybody living in the closet?
no.
Okay.
That's the mentality. It's just really, there was
Man,
only
I love
1,000 people living max at the village. And we have this center where I teach skating for the camp, do private lessons. We have a
Amazing.
skate shop. I run the skate shop too, do some ordering and get the thing ready, set up the boards for people, teach people about skating. There's a lot of different things we do.
It's so sick.
And
In the French Alps, no less.
I know,
Jeez.
right?
Swiss
Wow.
Alps.
Swiss Alps.
Swiss Alps.
Excuse me.
Swiss
Excuse me.
Wait, there is
Sweden
no.
Alps.
I sound like an idiot, but like it's only French in Switzerland, or isn't there?
It's French, Swiss, German, and Italian.
Oh, so there's a bunch of different languages, or is that? Oh, okay.
Depends where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Which is luckily my town's kind of bilanguage. I'm like, that's another break, because if you try to do like, you have to learn Swiss German, and
Oh,
I'm not
gosh.
that. I speak a tiny bit of German, but not
Got
good.
you.
but the region I'm at, it's all French, and I get there, and then of course it's like it's on a snowboard resort, a famous like snowboard resort. It's called Quamontana,
Wow.
and it's beautiful.
I'm sure it looks
It-
amazing.
Damn.
It's
Your Instagram, you always post some really rad stuff on there.
no, it's a postcard. When I was there, I mean, already Switzerland is so nice. even
Oh
the
yeah, it's
cities.
beautiful.
But now I live there and I go to my hometown. I was like, what is this? This is gosh. We have like nice little chalets and
Yeah.
we're just hiking everywhere and I snowboard all the time. Every time I have a day off or whatever, I'm like, oh, I mean, at least in winter, I'll
Winter.
hit up the slopes, and I can go to the main resort. And there's like 30 resorts around the house, and I can hit all of them. And,
Mm.
Damn.
it's just amazing.
You got the hook up there?
For snowboarding? For you? Yeah.
In general.
Yeah,
like,
let's go.
in
No, we
general.
got to hook up. I mean, our company's big. Alaya
Mm.
is gnarly. Like it's like, well, half of it is trampoline, half of them is skating, and the idea was to build like have a snowboard. Like people learn how to do flips and all kind of thing on a trampoline. And we have this jump into an airbag, where you can go with snowboard with skis, and you can
No
develop
way.
your thing,
Amazing.
and then take him to the slopes.
Oh wow.
So this year we actually took over the snow park. We have the Alaya Park, which is like crazy jumps and two half pipes and all this. Like,
Wow.
people are just doing gnarly stuff out there. And
That's sick.
and then now we build the whole thing was building a wave pool. So we have a wave pool where people can surf,
Damn.
and that's in 25 minutes. Like you can hit the snowboard, and you can hit the skate park, and you can go surf in the Alps in 30 minutes.
That's
like,
Wow.
crazy.
Super dope.
it's a triple. I did it once. It was fun.
Damn.
That's a lot of.
Little
That's a lot of
triathlon.
fun.
Yeah.
Triathlon
Wow.
right
A
there.
lot of fun.
And we even have like this. We even have this wakeboarding. We have like 2 or 3 boats on a lake with a restaurant, and now we open the
Jeez.
lodge so people can stay at a hotel. So we have
There we
the
go.
hookups.
There we go.
Wow.
There we go.
But it's crazy. So they're flying people. They can come in there, join the camp. It's not fully skate camp. The camp's only going on during vacation time, and then if not, it's open to the public, and they can come chill. There's a gnarly golf course. There's all these activities.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if it's PGA Tour, but they have a leg in,
I'm sure
in
it's
that
still nice.
tournament.
Damn.
It's one of the most beautiful, iconic golf course in the world, I think, with the Alps at the back. And
Wow, dude.
Crazy.
But yeah, no, it's crazy. Like I ride my bike. I have 2 electric bikes, and I go hike and ride. And the ski pass, you can go to summer, you can go to winter,
All
you
of
can
them.
go. It's open all the time. You can snowboard till June.
Huh.
Yeah, the snow
Damn.
park's open to June up there.
When's the best time to go there?
Depends what you want to do.
And not be blizzard.
No, but you can go anytime. But I mean, if you want to snowboard, then you have to go in towards the winter. You know?
Mhm.
March now, everything's open. Well, we haven't got much snow. I've seen it's like it's been so nice, and all the snow is melting. So
Like if I wanted to go golf, like without the snow.
yeah, if you want to go golf, then it's open. Probably you can golf till November. It's
Oh,
frisky.
okay.
You don't want
Yeah,
to
it's a
go there.
little
But
cold.
luckily-
July is probably pretty good.
Yeah.
July, yeah, it's great. I mean, it's anytime there is amazing thing, and I love being California. Of course, we're like, yeah, it's sunny, it's hot, but I think it's kind of boring sometimes, you know, like, because you like to struggle to appreciate it, or you like to be like, oh man, sometimes you're like, it's gonna be sunny tomorrow. I got another day. Like,
yeah. We literally have no seasons.
and
here.
it
Yeah.
doesn't look like over there. What's cool is just like you have this season, so like the fall comes and everything turns golden, and you have new activities and you're changing clothes. You're like, wow, you have so many sets of
Yeah.
clothes. And then the snowboard, like the snow comes, but it's not bad because you're like, yeah, we're gonna hit snowboarding. So
Right.
so it's amazing to be out there and like and see like there's, you know, a good vibe, good
Amazing.
music. You have the after ski, everybody's just dancing, and like all people on vacation. It's a vacation spot, so people spend so much money to come there from all over the place to live. You know, it's like these vacation spots. You're like, I can't believe you live there. Because
Right.
so if you like snowboarding and have that feel, then you want to come in the
Right.
winter, or if you don't want to be like super cold, then go in March. But at the same time, Switzerland is cold. Cities can be really horrible because there's no sun but we live in this microclimate that's like in the Alps. It can be it can be like 85 any second. You know, when the sun hits, there's
Yeah.
snow. Well, I was in t-shirt in February, like shoveling the snow park, and I'm like, it's so hot. Like
Yeah.
it can be really hot, and then sun comes down or a little, and then it gets cold, and it gets in the 30s or 20,
Damn.
and it can snow almost all the time. It snowed in September, but you also like you can be in t-shirt in February. The elevation is also different if you go snowboarding. Like we
Mm.
just on the bottom, like 1,500, 11. The skate park is 1,100 meters times 3.3 something. So it's
Yeah.
3,600 feet, and then the other one is. I mean, it goes up to 3,000 meters, so it's
Okay.
like 10,000 feet, and then
Yeah.
up there the glacier is cold, but you come down and then you chill, and then you go down the valley too, and that's where the pool is. But
I love that, man.
but it can get hot. Like people know this. It's one of the most sunniest places.
Mhm.
Not as sunny as here. Of course, it can be like a week of crappy weather. Like that happens. You know, it's like
Mm.
wow, it's raining all the time, or it's snow. Or like, but I like the snow is fun because it's pretty. If it stays, we have on the golf course. People golf on the snow before.
Amazing.
They did this video and they're like, "Oh, we're golfing on the snow," and then there's all these trails and kids
You
can
lose that
roll.
ball real quick.
You gotta use a little orange ball.
You gotta use
Yeah.
that
Yeah, orange
true.
ball.
Orange ball.
There's these lantern trails and the whole
Mm.
house is just old and like chalets and but it's a really
So sick.
Yeah, it
wealthy
sounds amazing.
place. There's like at the same time my village right underneath. It's 6 minutes away from the slopes. It's called Lance, and that's where the skate park is, and it's definitely old village. And over there, it's like I say, it's a high class. They have golf tournaments, so they have crazy stores. Like some people don't like it because it's too like
Too bougie.
bougie. Yeah, you got Russian chick dancing on the thing, and
Oh,
you have
wow.
Louis Vuitton stores and Rolex stores. and
So people are going out there like
Rodeo
renting
track.
mansions,
Yeah.
There's
probably,
crazy
and like
houses there.
yeah.
Yeah.
and they
I'm sure.
never nobody lives there. They just
They
come
just
there for
rent
They
it
just
2
own
weeks.
them. Yeah, they
Yeah.
own them. Come to fucking
Like,
do their
Must-
vacation later.
Rent that.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
Hey, didn't your dad work at Rolex?
Yeah,
Oh no!
Yeah.
Really?
40-something years.
Wow.
Yeah. My mom too.
Oh, really? They
Yeah.
both did.
They both did.
What did they do
Amazing.
there?
Make the watches, dude. It's a Willy Wonka.
That's pretty sick, though.
That's
dude.
Yeah, you should have a
dope.
definitely
The
ill ass
watch
pension
factory.
working there for 45 years. Bro.
Ill as pension.
No, well, that's good. They do have really nice setup for as far as
Mm.
retirement goes. Everywhere in Switzerland, the situation is really stable, and you have to
Yeah.
pay a lot of
Yeah,
things
dude.
for stability is a big thing. Economy is great.
Yeah.
Love that.
But at the same time, it's just like I kind of like this mentality better. I'm like, it's too sometimes difficult. It's too strict.
Yeah,
too many
Yeah.
rules, or too like people are too thinking.
Mm.
And I'm like, just I do have this skater mentality, but it's not really translate. Sometimes it's hard to translate that. I was like, oh fuck it, we're not gonna do this. Like
Right. That
just-
carefree mentality, yeah, it's not the
like
same.
they don't really. It's hard for me. I feel highly. I feel alienated.
Yeah,
because I had
okay.
a crazy life here. It's totally different. It's hard for me to be like. They're like, what is your profession? I'm like, I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
I don't have a profession. Like, leave me alone. I'm
Right.
skating.
Leave me alone.
It's like-
Yeah.
Right.
No, but it happens a lot. It's difficult, and
Yeah.
also like, it's not be around the skate industry and not like
Mm.
seeing you guys and talking. Like I'm
Right.
like, wow, like I'm removed to that. I can't. I don't have the same talk. It's
Right.
like, who am I talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Doing skating stuff and
Stories and
all the
different
stories.
things,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Mhm.
they don't know what I'm talking about. No one's lived that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, well, like
He's like, I was doing this thing at Bezos Bump, and Kelly told me that. And you're like, I don't know what the fuck
We
you're
laugh
talking
all the
about, bro.
time.
Like, what are you talking about?
That's
But
what's
some of
so
those,
cool to
some of
come
those
here.
stories will resonate to some of the, the younger people that obviously teaching. You know what I'm saying? Sooner or later, if I don't know how old they are, but
Yeah.
I would imagine that.
Well, I mean, I don't talk too much. I mean, I go stick to like teaching skating, but
right.
like a lot of people don't know how to like a history here. Like I said, like sometimes people are like, oh, this is the Alaya guy, like going scooters, because I'm the guy from Alaya. They don't know.
Yeah, I
Some
get
people
you.
don't know. I was pro here.
Yeah, but you'd be like, here's this YouTube. I'm gonna show
Yeah.
you some shit.
Yeah.
You give him a card with all the links on it.
Yeah.
Here's all my
Here's
links.
Here's my Genesis part. Check
Yeah.
it out.
Check it out.
Telling
Ty
you.
Evans, Modus Operandi.
When it's appropriate, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
No, I mean I have to. Sometimes we do a little bit or not, or I talk. But I was telling Ty the other day is weird because I'll say stuff. I'm like, they're like, wow, look at this, and people are like, you got free board before? And I'm like, yeah, that's a bad thing when you only get free board, not the check. It's like they're like, what? And I'm like,
got paid too?
Like, but you say these stories like, yeah, that's my friend, it's Kenny. Like I'm selling the board. I was like, I used to know, like I know these guys, and you're like, whoa, this is whatever. There's so many things. I'm like, yeah, I travel with them. It sounds fake. You're like,
Yeah.
this guy's
Oh, yeah.
shit.
Right,
He's
right.
He's trying to be cool, so I sound like I'm trying to be like cool, but it's like
Nobody believes Shannon.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's why I'd be
Turns
like,
out-
nah, look at this YouTube, my
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah.
I've had some video parts. I've been doing this. You
Yeah,
know what
check
I mean?
out
Give them,
those.
give them a little bit more. Like it's not coming from something fake, like you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
actually believe.
but it almost sounds like the guy trying to sell himself. He's like, yeah, I know him. It's like, yeah,
Right.
you know, I mean, just
Right.
Oh,
Like-
one of those guys.
Right.
Yeah.
but
yeah.
it's no. I mean, we all connected industry, and,
For
and
sure.
over there when it's you know, we'd go to.
It's so off the
I mean,
grid,
Europe is
yeah.
different. There's a whole load of great skateboarders and stuff,
Mm.
and obviously even in Switzerland, there's people killing it, and some people have. But like, not only I'm not even in Zurich, you know, I'm in the
Alps.
mountains, so people are learning. Like kids are not that good.
Slowly but surely. yeah.
Like you know, and it. You know,
but you're helping them get there.
I
bro.
help
Yeah.
them get there.
You're
Straight
helping them
up.
get
It's
there, man.
someone wanted to go to what is it? Ayala?
Alaya.
Alaya. Sorry,
Alaya.
I don't know. Well, there's a lot of A's involved. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Alaya. What was? It's like, is it similar to the Woodward process where you're a camper, you go for a week, you
Yeah,
get to skate, you get to snowboard, you get to surf.
yeah,
All three of those.
yeah. I do.
That's pretty damn sick.
That's super.
We
chill.
In the
always try
Alps.
to figure out how to make things work. Things change all the time. The model is not like Woodward because it's almost like we have Woodward, Pennsylvania, but it's not part of Alaya. We have the skate park, but like say like there's like the rope course, the branch thing. So we have
Oh.
to take people away. I was saying that's a little bit like
Okay.
if we go to swimming pool, they have everything like not far. It's all there, but it's not like you can keep the kids.
It's like a
And
campus.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
so it would be amazing if we had all this, but
Mm.
we have the wave. So the kids are now. It opened last year, so the kids we take him surfing, and we take him also like they have a flight simulator and they
Oh.
do the flight simulator.
Oh
thing.
wow.
Bro, I'm
I
going
know.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
And,
I
We
want a
should
flight
go. Make a
simulator. I want to golf.
So they get
Make
they,
a trip.
I want a rope swing.
We don't take him golfing, but
Do you guys have
It's
like
okay.
visiting pros?
yes, we'd love to.
Yeah.
I invite everyone. I always tell people they come. I that's why I send all these nice videos of nice stuff.
Fuck yeah.
So like, so like people
Yeah, let's
come.
take a little
Let's
trip.
go.
Yeah.
I'm
You guys
super
are
down.
invited. We can host. This,
I-
I mean, you can host a nightclub up there.
Nah, we want to go chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to work. What are you talking about?
We
We're
wanna
trying to
go-
work out
All-Star
there.
I'm
golfing.
saying you can live
That's where I'll start
there.
golfing.
Yeah, well, no. Oh, we're trying to move there now?
Yeah.
Fuck. Try to get the guest over there.
Oh.
Yo, we're in
Couple
the
month out a year, you just switch.
We're in the
Come in,
Swiss
come in.
Alps.
Hang
yeah, we're in the
out.
Swiss
Yeah.
Alps.
Get a little Airbnb.
Fly yourself
Nah,
out.
Kareem Campbell, we moved, man. We're in the Swiss Alps. You got to come out here, bro.
Sick.
Special trip.
Special trip. No, we got to make our way out there. One day, have a little trip out there. It sounds amazing.
It does sound
bro.
fun.
I know,
I went to
you'd
Switzerland
love
one
it.
time with the Cliche team. I was on a team. We went to Swiss. Beautiful. Saw the mountains from afar, but man, we went to Zurich though. We were in Zurich.
Yeah.
Beautiful place. Loved
Yeah.
it,
All the
bro.
places. Like I say, if you want to, in the resort, it's not that bad. You can pretty much go anytime.
Mhm.
Hopefully, you don't get unlucky. I mean, there's a month that maybe, but in place like Zurich and stuff, you definitely want to go to summer,
Yeah.
like down there. If you don't want to be cold, don't
Yeah.
don't do that.
For sure.
Man,
I'm definitely not the cold type.
we're gonna. Me neither. But I'll bring a jacket.
I'll have a couple jackets.
What would you rather do?
Goose down.
Would you rather be really, really cold or really, really hot?
It gets hot, man.
It does. I mean,
No,
look,
that'd
if
be
I'm hot, at least I could jump on and have the AC. But if you're cold, not that you can be in the fucking warmth like home. I don't know, man. I like hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about cold. I don't like being cold.
Yeah.
Like that feeling of just.
But you
I always-
I feel like you could put on a lot of clothing,
True.
but you can't. You can only take so much off.
That's true. Until
Yeah,
you're just fucking
I would
like, I'm
rather be
hot.
cold.
Yeah,
And
I'm just-
naked. I'm hot.
Yeah. That's like if you're sweating and you're not doing anything, that's miserable to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you're just sitting there and you're sweating. Like fuck that. I'd rather be cold as shit. Bundle up, and you'll be.
I'm not mad at that.
I hate the cold, but I would rather be cold.
But if you're
Yeah.
ready, if you know, you don't get cold when you snow. I mean,
Yeah, you're
you-
out doing physical
most of the
activities,
time,
you're
it's-
good.
You're
Yeah.
ready. You have the jacket. You have the snow
Yeah.
boots,
Yeah, no
and
doubt.
it's like, it's. I'm
We're-
telling
we're-
you, it's my favorite thing to do. To go down the mountain, listen to music. And,
Oh
and-
wow,
and
we're going.
Yeah,
We're going.
yeah,
This
I'm
is
not
it.
mad.
This is it.
If I have all the thermals and gloves and all that shit,
Dub's got his long johns on. He's like,
got my long johns on,
Good
bro.
bubble goose.
That would be an awesome
Bubble boots
vacation,
for
dude.
sure, dude.
he's got his wearing his onesie at night. You know what I'm saying?
And
With
making
with
sure I
the-
stay nice and cozy.
No, but you come now, like it's like summer on you'll snowboard in t-shirts, you know, like it's.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You can
Down to
chill
try
there.
that.
There's the long chairs. You hang out.
Perfect.
eat.
Hot Coke.
That sounds fun to me for sure. Not
December,
cold.
January is usually like it can bite. Like I'm like, oh man, it's cold, or
Yeah.
I should have put more layers, and I have like heating socks, and I was like, I should have put my heating socks on.
He's
Right.
got electric heating socks?
Yeah, my brother gave it to
Take
me.
a 9 volt.
Wow.
What's your brother's name again?
Yannick.
Yannick. That's right.
Yannick.
Yannick and
It's a
Shani.
sick ass name.
Unique and
Yeah.
Shani, huh? Jean-Jacques.
Jean jacket.
Didn't he like make? He made one of your songs in the was it in the interface? part?
Interface.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him singing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro, talented family.
Yeah.
Crazy.
With Rolexes, music,
Rolex, bro.
pro
Yeah.
skaters.
I wanted to do
pensions.
this. I wanted to use a song for the KO video, and the guy was like, "No, he's his brother." But it would have been dope.
I love it, bro. Shani, man. Shani, this has been so fun. I love catching up with you,
Yeah,
dude. This
dude.
is a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
time,
Super
man.
dope.
We can
Love
stay all night.
An all-nighter.
Maybe no.
You can stay. Chris is gonna go home.
I gotta.
You guys
nine
are
club
working.
lock-in.
I'm just having fun. You're like,
I know.
stop this.
No, I'm not. Listen, I don't want to stop it, but you know,
We have. To
I think
stop
we
it,
need to
yeah.
get. I think we gotta stop. I think we gotta
I
stop.
think we gotta stop.
Yeah.
it.
No,
But-
it's seriously amazing.
It's
to,
not-
to see everyone,
Bro.
you and all the people I've seen so far.
I
on
know.
this
Looking at
trip.
your Instagram, I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, he's hanging out with it. He's going from place to place. It's crazy.
It-
But he's really catching up. How
Yeah,
long are you in
it's
town for?
2.5.
You have 2.5 weeks
well,
left.
no, I leave on the 31st.
Okay.
So I'm gonna.
Ah,
these
you got
guys,
10 more days.
I'm with the LIA crew, and we're making a magazine,
Oh, got
and they
you.
want to interview like surfers and skaters and legend of sports. And so they asked me that. Well, I'd be good. I'm a good mediator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I know.
hooking up people, so it would count enough to fly me. So that's a good job. I
Perfect.
was like,
For sure.
oh yeah, I get out, and then
Definitely.
I haven't been here 4 years, so I was just like,
Amazing.
Make it
that's
happen.
cool.
So
It's
Yeah.
amazing you're staying right here too.
I know.
It's like perfect place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Venice is
This guy's
crazy.
sending me
I
videos
actually
of.
want to move back to Venice.
It's good. It's a cool
No,
place.
I'm just
It's
kidding.
cool.
He was
place.
like tripping out on all the boardwalk. He's just like, "How do you live here? This is insane!" Like, there's girls on roller skates and bikinis, and then like there's guys with snakes on their head.
Yeah.
you know.
So we don't have that, you know. We have nature, we have waterfalls, we have like birds flying through and all this, but like that,
It's
I miss the
insane.
people. you
Yeah.
know? The people in the States is something else, like
For
that
sure.
contact and that easy going.
You could do some good people watching out here.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, for sure.
So I would say that's the thing I miss the most.
Yeah. It's great.
Skate
man.
scene and the people.
Yeah.
Love that. Love it.
Well, we're happy to have you back for 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, dude.
Come back in
Shani,
10 years.
Bro. Hey, let's do it. Kelly, we grab some Shani. Can you take some stuff with you back? Some 9 Club stuff?
Of course.
Oh,
You know I came for this.
dude, we got a couple little things for you, Shani.
Oh, I'm
Um,
sponsor again.
Yeah, dude.
It's so hard to get stuff there. That's
And-
why all my stuff is
Oh.
ripped up. And
Bro.
Oh, as far as being sent there? Or like,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a part of it. I don't skate that much. I'm like, oh, I only have this much, or don't feel good skating with old stuff. You're like, oh, I got to get
Right.
motivated. You know,
Right.
you know how it is.
How
Of
far
course,
are
one
you-
wrong thing, and it's like,
Yeah. It's not feeling right.
How far are you from Zurich? Like, what's the drive?
2.5, 3 hours.
Not
No.
bad. Not bad.
Is there traffic out there?
Not like here.
No.
Everybody's just
I mean,
freaking
bro,
out. And they
do
come
Do
here.
you?
it's
I
like,
got to tell you
dude,
this story, bro. Wait, Switzerland? You've been to Switzerland?
I can't recall if I did. It was definitely early on, like in my career.
We did this. Like I said, we went with the cliche team. We did this skate signing thing. I forget. It was at the skate park, whatever. We drove up kind of a little hill type thing to a restaurant, this bar that this other skater knew the owners, or he worked there, but it was shut down. They brought us food and all this stuff and kicked it, whatever. But they had this river that was going right beside the place. You can go outside and chill by the river. It had big windows so
Sounds
you could see
amazing.
the river. Bro, this river was, I've never seen this color. It was like blue, turquoise.
Hmm.
It looked like candy.
Yeah, it gets like
It's
that.
the clearest. I don't even. It was insane. I've never seen a river
Like
that
glacier water?
color. Like, yeah, it was like glacier water. It was like the clearest, bluest, turquoises, white. It was all of the above.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We need to get Chris out more.
Beautiful
tripping.
scene.
No,
Beautiful
it was-
Raj, you
it was-
never seen anything like this, bro. There's no way. Where's your chin? Chin.
Look at the goods.
He's the
No,
first person
bro.
to ever try
I
to.
know. Did you see how
Wait,
fast?
reach?
Yo, you see how
I
fast I am with the blocks? You know what I'm
That's
saying?
me.
You see that?
You know, I got to go for
Shanny,
it.
I'm
See
gonna
opportunity.
I'm gonna throw everything at you. Okay? First of all,
Oh,
Shanny, bro,
Hey,
dude,
Bro.
thank you,
pleasure,
Jerron.
Seriously.
pleasure.
Good to see
Seriously,
you.
Now listen,
you
we
guys are
don't-
legends.
My
No,
guy.
man,
My guy. You're a legend as well.
Kelly,
Tree ball.
big guns.
We have so
Now-
many weird
Hey,
nicknames for each other.
I didn't mention Gallant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I-
you did. You
I
name
mentioned
dropped.
Gillan- oh, you name dropped him?
Yeah.
All right,
He's the
He's
best.
fine.
You have to make sure.
We don't have any
I'm
Venice.
gonna see him.
We don't have any Venice Beach beanies, but luckily you got one.
Hey,
down the board.
I was gonna come in with all the tourist stuff. I was like, I'm gonna hit the store and show up with Venice, like
Bro.
I'm fit in.
I love it. He bought
I
the
know.
Venice Beach.
Yeah.
Of course.
Right
It was
before.
So good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay, this is gonna keep you warm. You can put your hot cocoa in there.
Okay.
Nice Yeti
And it
9
will stay- That
Club.
thing will stay hot.
You put those
Thank
marshmallows in
you.
there with your little hot cocoa. Maybe even like a
Dang.
splash of Kahlua or something, just to keep you like nice and warm.
Amazing.
This sweater's gonna keep you warm as well up
Okay,
there.
I need that.
And here's a shirt for when you want to snowboard in a t-shirt. Put the 9 Club t-shirt on
All
there.
right.
We recently, as you know, we had Jason Lee on the show.
Whoa.
And I got to open this, but you could put it back in there. But because I don't know. But we made these shirts, Blind Video Days, the money shirt.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yes. And we did it.
Roger was telling me about that.
We did
I
an
was
updated
like, wow.
version with the Bitcoin as well. So there's a 2-pack of shirts here. Boom. There you go. brother.
Amazing.
Hell yeah. And
Just take this.
Stickers.
stickers. And this is for when you're at home for your hot cocoa.
Okay.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Always. With
I'm
the
just
hot
picturing
cocoa.
hot cocoa in
kind of a
the
Swiss
Swiss
thing.
Alps.
Yeah.
This
I see that.
the Swiss cocoa. There's like a
Yeah.
Swiss milk here
Yeah.
car driving around, isn't it?
Anything
Swiss
Swiss,
milk.
we love.
Army
Yeah.
knives, dude. They're the
Chocolates.
Swiss
Swiss
Army
Army knives
knives
for days.
Yeah, for days.
Mhm.
Chocolates. all
Rolex.
kinds- Rolex.
Rolex for sure. Still like those.
You got
Don't
the
wear them. Don't wear
hookups?
them. Don't wear them. You got the hookups.
That's what I was saying.
I need to ask you that.
The best thing, we went to China and this dude
Oh my
bought
God.
fake Rolex. I'm like,
Yes.
your dad, your parents work at Rolex. You have a fake one.
We'll buy fake everything.
We bought
The
it everywhere.
Louis Vuitton. I got the suitcase, the whole thing.
You got fake
We
G-Star pants. You was wearing the fake G-Star pants.
G-Star. But that's what you do when you go to China, right? You go to the fake malls, you
Hey,
get all this
yeah,
shit. I mean, I
I
came
say,
home
that's
with
why I got
Gucci
the beanie.
slippers and all this
Yeah,
shit,
the
fake
Beats by
Rolexes.
Dre, I believe as well.
Yeah.
Those shits were, at the time, those things were cracking as well.
Yeah, the mini iPhone.
Yeah,
They had like
Yeah,
fake
yeah.
iPhone, bro,
Yeah.
like anything.
But that's
fake
what we did. We
sneakers.
go every night. We go to bootleg mall and
Yeah.
like keep buying more. I was like, "What are we doing tonight?" Oh yeah, bootleg mall. I was like, boom, boom, boom. Like get
But that was when you
The
could
ro-
get movies back then. That was
the movies for sure.
That was the joint, dude.
Definitely.
You go to the back little spot, be all cutty.
$3 movie and
You
shit.
get hella movies for dumb cheap.
Yeah.
DVDs.
I just remember coming through customs and they're like, "Did you buy anything there?" And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
"No." Meanwhile, I have a whole suitcase of just Gucci slippers and Rolexes and They're like, come on through.
Oh,
Dude,
Come
they
on
were
through,
they were
welcome
bad
back.
on DVDs. They were bugging out on that, huh? You had to hide these DVDs. Can you imagine if you come in one? It's like you got DVDs. They're
Bro.
like they'll laugh at you.
yeah.
Every
Back then
movie,
they were tripping on that. Well, that whole mall would get
Rated.
raided, and they
Yeah.
would shut everything down all of a sudden.
I remember being in there for the first time, like, what is going? Like, everybody's running and people are shouting, and you see just cops come in. It was
and it's not
fucking
like
nuts.
it's not like a little section. It's like it was this one mall was massive,
massive.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
stories and stories,
5-story.
and just all fake shit.
Fake.
And you're like, wow, it's just even like undercover in any way.
Not even whatsoever.
We asked for Nike shoes. There's certain things that was covered. The Louis Vuitton stuff. We got it. You were like, show us a catalog, and the little
Yeah.
kid would just show up. I remember this. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, Nikes, and then the roof opened, and this kid was like, throw his shoes at.
Oh
It
wow,
was like, oh, there is your Nike just falling up the sky. And it's like, there's people
Dude.
up there. It's like, but they were hiding them. Like it was weird. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It was
You
weird.
get to get that shit for cheap.
Well, Shani, we will see you in the Swiss Alps.
Hey,
Hold
you
a
spot
are
for us.
welcome. I'm holding it down.
Okay.
Anyone.
And we
We're
will
inviting skateboarders. If you're around,
super down.
come
I
chill.
need a vacation.
Come hype up the kids,
Yeah.
or go chill. Whatever you
Yeah, I'm
may
gonna go
do.
chill.
sounds like both.
You can
are-
go
is fun, yeah.
surfing. Like
No, I'm just
Not
gonna
surfing.
chill. I'm gonna go chill.
I want to see the Swiss Alps. I want to make it out there. Never been out that
Let's
way.
go.
We'll
You've been
be
trying to get me to go there for
Yeah.
a couple years.
exactly.
But like
But I mean, no, yeah, it was hard to travel.
yeah, it was hard.
So
But now we're back.
we're back.
Was
back
is
anyway.
Landy like the only one that made it out there?
Landy made it out there. It
No
was tripping.
way.
That's pretty sick. That's awesing.
We gotta
Yeah.
spend a week in the
There was like
Alps.
a party
I'm
that we
down.
took him to on the lift, on the ski lift, and like at night it was dark and on the ski lift there was like this huge party like in the middle of nowhere.
That's sick.
And then
Wow.
like, boom, he's like, "What is this?"
So bad.
And then we snowboarded, and
It's a
yeah,
counselor party.
All the campers are
All the
sleeping
camp-
and they're like they're
Camp
all
counselor.
all the counselors are out.
Ernest goes to camp.
Good movie, dude.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Channy, thank you so much.
Hey, thank
Hell
you,
yeah.
This has
thank
been
you.
a
This has been
pleasure,
great.
bro. Yes.
Thank you,
Been
dude.
amazing.
And
I will
See you in
see
Swiss.
you on TV.
Yeah.
YouTube.
See
Okay.
you in the TV world.
Love that.
there we
Again.
go.
Hell
Perfect.
yeah, brother.
Bro,
Yes.
bro, one more time.
One more time.
Dude. I'm gonna hug you when we get
Kelly,
out.
we're gonna hug
We'll
later.
go later.